farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. Agtegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, Agtegra will link your farm to the future. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. Agtegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, Agtegra will link your farm to the future. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. Agtegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, Agtegra will link your farm to the future. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Dozies Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dozies specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dozies is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit capitalcityfordtoyota.com.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect more. The official voice of the Pierre Governors, DRG Media Group.
Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7 is brought to you by Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Dairy Queen, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City, Ford, Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, and the Brittany Shufflebind Agency. Governor Football is brought to you by Lynn's Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds & Associates, Insurance and Real Estate, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Firm, American Bank and Trust, Yesway, Pierre Regional Airport, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, and Access Health Fort Pierre. And Governor Football is brought to you in part by Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, TMA, Lariat Lanes, Wagner Auto, Gators Pizza, Pasta and Subs, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and Edgewood Healthcare. These special in-game sponsors bring you Governor Football. Consuba Agency, State Farm Insurance, the Hughes County Sheriff's Department, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service.
Now, Pierre Governor Football.
All right, a very good Friday evening, everybody. A night of high school football coming your way. The Pierre Governors bringing a 5-0 record onto the road for the second straight week. A big matchup tonight as they take on an 11 AAA power. Their only 11 AAA opponent of the season, the Brandon Valley Lynx. We welcome you to Brandon, South Dakota. Beautiful night for high school football. Warm temperatures, but it ought to cool down just fine. We do have a bit of a breeze that'll be flying across the field here tonight as well. We'll see how that plays into the passing game for two teams that are going to be both pretty good at throwing the football. Looking forward to it tonight. Hope you are too. Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up, with Heather Williams in studio running the audio, and Caleb Brozick outside to do video production for Live Ticket. We are live streaming at gogovs.live and, of course, on drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. Should be a great one here this evening. A lot of eyes in South Dakota should be on this one as well. It's number one in Class 11 AA Pierre at 5-0, taking on highly touted Brandon Valley. Got off to a slow start, losing their first two games of the season, but they're getting healthier and they're getting better as the season goes along. A perennial power in 11 AAA, the Brandon Valley Lynx. Their record at 3-2, winning their last three games. We'll take a closer look at this one coming up, but let's take an opening 2-minute timeout. We'll get into the Becky Potts of a State Farm Agency pregame show, and we'll talk about what's going on around the state, both in 11 AA and in 11 AAA. We've got coaches' comments, keys to success, plenty to talk about with our coaches, both Matt Christensen of Brandon Valley and, of course, Steve Steele of the Governors, starting lineups and a whole lot more, all on the way. We begin in 2 minutes right here from Brandon, South Dakota. It's Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, and we're online at drgnews.com.
For over 100 years, State Farm Insurance has been there to help whenever you need them. The team at Potsdam State Farm is your Central South Dakota good neighbor. While technology may have changed, you can always expect top-notch customer service from Potsdam State Farm. They'll take care of all of your insurance and financial service needs, where good neighbor service is their continued priority. Potsdam State Farm Insurance, with offices in Pierre and Gregory.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
One team. The Pierre Governors know what that means. The men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. No matter how good you are, a good team makes you better. To be the best, that takes teamwork. If you want to know more about the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and their 361 team, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office and the Pierre Govs. Winning teams.
Welcome back to Brandon as the Lynx and the Governors get together here. Brian Oakland calling this one from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth, hearing from the Sheriff's Office, and a good reminder to set you the scene that we're seeing here as well, even if you can't see it in person or on the live stream. We are right at midfield here in Brandon, and you can get a good look at it with our live video stream, of course, at drgnews.com, but the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth, where we say thank you to all the men and women of the Sheriff's Office and all first responders for doing what they do and keeping our communities safe. We are from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. Let's take a look at what's going on in South Dakota here tonight and coming into this weekend in classes 11AA and AAA, as we've got an inter-class matchup. Of course, the Governors and also T area still 5-0 on the season, and they are tied in the power rankings at 45.6 points. On that High School Activities Association website. Those two teams are looking to clash at Hollister Field 2 weeks from tonight, but we can't get caught looking ahead. Pierre's got a big game here with Brandon Valley tonight. It is Brookings moving up into the third spot now at 4-1. Yankton, after losing their homecoming contest to T area last weekend, has fallen to number 4 at 3-2. 2 straight losses, of course, to Pierre and T area. Spearfish moves up into the fifth spot ahead of Aberdeen Central. Both of those teams are at 2-3. Mitchell, Watertown, and Huron. The Governors' next opponent will be Huron. They're all 1-4 so far. And then Sturgis at 2-3. Douglas at 0-5, rounding out the 9-team Class A, AA, that is, in 11-man ranks. For Brandon Valley in Class 11 AAA, the top standings have O'Gorman at 4-1, followed by 5-0 Sioux Falls Jefferson, and then Harrisburg is, I believe, 4-1 as well. Brandon Valley at 3-2 is in the 4 spot. They're followed by Sioux Falls Washington at 3-2. Sioux Falls Lincoln and Rapid City Stevens are 2-3 each. Rapid City Central is winless, as is Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Those two teams are playing tonight out in Rapid City. We'll give you the schedule here, but we'll start with the 11AA with Pierre at Brandon Valley. Everything else is within Class 11AA as Sturgis plays at T area. Yankton goes to Brookings tonight, so a big matchup between the 3rd and 4th power-rated teams in 11AA in Brookings this evening. Watertown will host Aberdeen Central. Mitchell heads out to Spearfish, and it is Huron hosting the Douglas Patriots in 11AA. In addition to this one for Brandon Valley, the rest of the 11 AAA schedule has O'Gorman playing at Sioux Falls Jefferson. That probably is the game of the night in all of South Dakota, if this one is not. Jefferson, the top-ranked team, O'Gorman, I believe, number 2 in Class 11 AAA, and they're battling. We'll get you an update on that one a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Harrisburg plays at the Wood against Sioux Falls Washington at 8 o'clock tonight. Sioux Falls Lincoln is out at Rapid City to take on Stevens after that Roosevelt and Rapid City Central game gets going a little. Again, that one in progress already, so an update on that one coming a little later as well. Central South Dakota, we've got some games on DRG Media Group stations otherwise, as well as the Stanley County Buffaloes are back on the road after their homecoming win over White River a week ago. They're on KGFX AM 1060, 103.1 FM, taking on the Timberlake Panthers up in Timbertown. Chamberlain has homecoming tonight on 94.5 KPLO. They host former Stanley County Buffalo head coach Tom O'Boyle in the Vermilion Tanagers, KMLO 100.7 FM. It's Potter County hosting Leola Frederick area, and Mobridge Pollock heads to Wessington Springs to take on Woonsocket, Wessington Springs Sanborn Central. That game on Star 99, 99.5 FM to the north. Other Central South Dakota teams in action tonight. Lyman is playing at Bennett County. They're the homecoming opponent for the Warriors. Jones County is hosting New Underwood this evening, and 11B's Class 11B's number 1 team winner goes to their old championship rivalry tonight. That one will be renewed. That is winner at Bridgewater, Emory Ethan. So there's the schedule of games going on tonight, and a look at the standings as well for the top 2 classes in South Dakota high school football. Let's take a 2-minute break as we'll continue our Becky Pottsapa State Farm pregame show with the look at the keys to success, coaches' conversations on the way. And as we send you to break, we'll remind you, if you're traveling, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us as they celebrate being a part of a team to buckle up every trip, every time, no matter how far. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Governor football continues with a conversation with the head coach, Steve Steele, and our Central Dakota Eye Care. Keys to success. Next, you're listening to the Pierre Governor pregame and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
With another school year in sports upon us, Beck Motor Company would like to wish all students and staff a great school year. Proud to support our communities for over 50 years, we're here for all your automotive needs. Call us at 224-5912. Visit us at beck-motors.com. Safe travels from everyone at Beck Motor Company in Pierre.
Every day, we're making a great deal better.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE extension 2. That's 833-605-5483 extension 2 and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
At Avera Health Plans, we know your ag business is vital to South Dakota, and affordable health insurance is essential to running that business. As your health insurance partner, we'll help to lighten the load of managing these expenses in an uncertain market. We're dedicated to rural health care with extensive preventative care services that are good for communities. We'll work with you to create a plan that's both affordable and effective, so your employees have the coverage they need when they need it. You don't have to wait. Call your agent or get a quote at averahealthplans.com/save.
Okay, it's time for Keys to Success. Another game, another win for the Pierre Governors, and Steve Steele talks to us about Brandon Valley coming up. But Coach, you go to Watertown last week, and as that game started out in the first quarter, first half, Watertown's making plays, and they're reminding me a lot of a team that you saw last year, especially in the regular season. A team that turned some big plays, put up some points on the board, and even though your defense kind of shut them down in the second half, that's really what I was thinking of, and thinking of a capable Watertown Arrow team, even though their record may not show it.
Yeah, they have a lot of explosive players, especially the running back. Anytime he gets loose, he's good for a big play or a touchdown. So, we were good that we were able to, resettle in and focus up and kind of shut them down in the second half. And I said when they got in that rhythm, they bled the clock the whole first quarter. Did a good job. We had like 8 plays in the first quarter. So we played that first quarter and most of the first half at their tempo, and then I think you saw us get our tempo back going in the second half.
Are we getting to the point now where teams are really getting good, the ability to game plan against the Pierre Governors? They can get some things done maybe early in the game, but once the adjustments are made, you guys just have that it factor that puts you over the top again?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. There was the first time that we didn't get the kick too. They took the ball when they won the toss and were able to go right down the field, and really good first play call there, knowing we were going to suck down to Juven Hudson and get off the edge there with the quarterback. Some of that is really good coaching, and I said, but really that was the second team that had a chance to take the lead on us because we took the ball the other games and scored. So it's going to be one of those things where if we can continue to get the ball first and go and take care of our business, then that can change the way that they can play that half too. But Watertown was able to do that to us, and they did a good job.
Yeah, and defensively it's Watertown and it's Yankton as well 2 weeks in a row. Really haven't gotten off to the good offensive start, and I think now that you play a AAA team in Brandon Valley here tonight, it's another big challenge for you.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a big challenge. They're really athletic everywhere. They're well coached. They got 95 kids out and an army of coaches. So, this is a team that's going to get to practice defense for 2 hours a day, as opposed to us where our whole team practices 2 hours a day, and we've got to kind of cut and divide our time. So they'll be well prepared. They'll be athletic, and we're just going to have to really find a way to get into our rhythm right away.
Brandon Valley's been kind of the benchmark of 11 AAA the last couple of years. Runner-up last year. I know they didn't get off to a really good start this year, but a team that looks like they're starting to play pretty well lately.
Yeah, if you look back at their 2 losses, I mean, they were missing a lot of guys that are doing a lot of good things for them right now. Their running back being one of them. He didn't play their first 2 games, and he's just been a dude for them. You know, the last 3, both safeties, a linebacker, a defensive lineman. I mean, they were missing a lot of guys those first couple games, and they're still a younger team, you know, especially by AAA standards. So as they get more guys back and those other guys more experienced, they're really starting to show up, and they're a really good football team.
A really versatile team, I think, on offense. I know they've thrown the ball a lot in the past, but now they can go both ways on the offensive side.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing you see in their game. You know, those first couple weeks without their running back, they kind of were a little bit more pigeonholed to having to throw the ball a little bit more than they probably wanted to. And then, you know, that now that they've gotten him back, I think adding his run game in, and then also that opens up the passing game because now there's a bigger threat in the backfield as well. So he's a really good kid back there. We've got a lot of similarities, and they've got a couple of really good receivers out there. But one's a really big target, and one's got a lot of speed.
We're talking about skill position players, but they've always got a lot of big horses on the lines, too, both sides.
Yeah, this will be by far the biggest group we've seen up front. You know, I think pretty much everybody on their offensive line will outsize our defensive line with the exception of Jason. And even then, he won't be big. He just will be normal. You know, so I said it'll be an interesting game just in the sense that, you know, we're going to be up against a really tough squad, a squad that's going to be hard to wear down because they'll be all one-way guys, and they'll have backups that are only one-way guys. So it's just going to be a game that we're really, truly going to have to problem solve and find a way through.
All right. Anything you're going to have to kind of change up or try different new things on offense here in this game?
Yeah, without Jackson, you know, getting hurt last game, we're definitely going to have to move around some formations. You know, Brecken Kruger will be in there a lot more. EJ Bucci will see a little bit. George Stolley will probably see a little bit. You know, again, just with the versatility that Jackson brought, you know, being able to attach and be a tight end, but still kind of also be a good possession receiver down the field. We've kind of had to fill that role with multiple different people. So we'll kind of see how those ones all work together and how those are working and kind of play the hot hand there.
You get kind of used to knowing that the offense is going to make their plays, but this game is still, I believe, going to be hopefully one on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's going to be a crucial game for RD to get a quick start, and then again, just they're able to have a lot of versatility on the offensive side because again they've got so much time comparatively to practice. You know, when you look at having an offensive practice for 2 hours instead of a team one, so they just have a lot of things in. They do a lot of different things, and a lot of them look the same or very similar. So very, very well coached team and a well coached scheme. So we're going to have to be locked in and disciplined tonight.
Okay. Other keys against the Lynx.
Biggest things, both sides of the ball are just going to be disciplined and communication. You know, that's so important in the defensive backfield to make sure we're on the same page of who's going to cover what and where and who and when. And offensive line being able to pick up their pressures. We're going to see some things we haven't seen this year.
Really looking forward to this one, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's Steve Steele, the Governor head coach, with coach's comments and keys to success in our pregame that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. As we'll step aside, hear from them, and we're back with Matt Christensen, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, as you listen to Pierre Governor Football.
Central Dakota Eye Care continues to grow. Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Blazek. I've recently joined the practice at Central Dakota Eye Care. I'm excited to move back to Pierre, and I am accepting new patients of all ages. We offer state-of-the-art equipment, trained staff, and the best selection of eyewear and contact lenses. Regular, yearly, comprehensive eye exams are key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 for an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Success will continue. We talk with Matt Christensen, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, and Brandon Valley, of course. Coach Christensen, one of the top programs, I think, certainly in Class 11 AAA. It got off to a little bit of a slow start for you this year, but winning 3 in a row, and I think you're seeing the offense putting more points on the board, and things are. It looked like they're starting to fall into place a little more for you now.
For sure, Brian. We faced some really tough teams with some young kids, and early in the year there, they're doing their best. We're coaching our best, but you got to come to know your team's strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes that can take some time, and O'Gorman just played extremely well against us, as did Harrisburg. Very physical, and we've made improvements and adjustments all over the place with our coaches and roster, and we're really proud of our kids for listening and staying coachable and staying together and playing good smart Lynx football.
Yeah, you've probably been as much of a mark of consistency in AAA as anybody, going to the Dome the last 2-3 years, whatever it's been, and maybe some transition with what you lost from a year ago, but is that still going on, or are things really coming together now, as far as or as much as they're going to be this year?
Yeah, there's some transition with every I suppose week and every team, because there's just all kinds of variables, from opponents to strategies to talent on other rosters. We always try to stay in transition, because you got to be changing to improve. And we don't want to stay as good as we are. We want to get better. We just have to, and that's we'd like our November team to just be able to drill our August team version of ourselves. Make that just not even a close contest in any way, shape, or form. But no, we're excited about it. We had a lot of guys emerge, with Tristan Bisbee being a takeaway guy and a leader in the secondary, and we've had some real good tackling happen from Grayson Bortnam and Gunnar Swift and James Skyberg, Austin Brummels as the linebackers. Like the way they're coming around. Defensive line is Nathan Vandenberg. He's a real special talent for our front there.
Yeah, and you're seeing some transition, I think, with AAA too. As some Sioux Falls schools having their struggles. You played Rapid City Stevens last week, and maybe they're getting a little bit better, and you could look at a transition that way. But obviously, you're still looking for consistency in your own locker room too.
That's right. Yeah, Rapid City Stevens, very talented team. Some big receivers, huge linemen, super slippery quarterback. Some real speed out there. But our guys did a good job. Our offense controlled that game mainly with some deep passing threats with Nate Andreessen and Dylan Langrock, and Lucas Slacks playing at a high level here as our quarterback with 16 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions, and their offensive line is gelling too, with Pierre native Jason Bisbee coaching them up. He's an excellent friend of mine. Been high school opponents and college teammates with him, and he's one of Pierre's all-time great players, and he's a wonderful coach here at Brandon Valley for our offensive line.
You're welcome. No, we've got you got a great opponent in Pierre coming in, and I think if you had to play one 11 AA opponent this year, wouldn't you want it to be Pierre?
Without doubt, yeah. It's a fun challenge. It's going to be memorable. We played Mitchell last year, and just wasn't a good matchup. Just our roster keeps growing, and our community keeps growing and growing, and we filled every jersey 2 through 99, and we're just really blessed with a community with just a lot of energy and tradition and positivity, so we can put together a roster of that magnitude. But yeah, Pierre's a quality team, a lot of tradition, a lot of impressive talent, and intelligent coaching. Going back to the Poppengood brothers, and before then, just playing really good football, especially the quarterback tradition has been remarkable.
Yeah, so as you watch this game on film and game plan, what are your biggest keys to success? What do you need to do to get a win here in this one?
Yeah, we're gonna have to tackle really well. We're gonna have to, play smart, tough Brandon Valley football and tackle and can control the ball and take care of it. The takeaway battle is always a big one. Momentum's a huge factor, of course, and just match their confidence. It appears a confident team, and it should be. That's the way you play with confidence. And they seem to play together really well, and never care who gets the credit, and that's impressive too. Play with low pad level, very little confusion, and just making sure we're communicating and playing together, and like I said, tackling either one-on-one with a little space, or getting guys to the football, pursuing intelligently and with purpose.
All right, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time. We're looking forward to this one. All right, good luck.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thanks so much for yours.
And that's Matt Christensen, the head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx, with coach's comments and keys to success that are brought to you in our broadcast by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. The Governor offense has been announced on the field. Brandon Valley will have their starting lineups announced as well. Let's run through a quick run through of the Governor offense at the very least. But of course, you know about Lincoln Keenholz, the senior at 195 pounds, leading the way at quarterback, and Brock Mosier, a 165-pound junior, the lone tailback in most of the sets tonight. Cade Kaiser, a junior receiver, 185 pounds, will be one wideout. Happy birthday, Cade Kaiser, age 17 today. Jack Merkwan, a 185-pound senior. Brecken Kruger, the 165-pound senior, the other wideouts in the Governor offensive set. The offensive line starts with Christian Bush on the at the center spot, the 260-pounder, flanked on his right by Jason Mishashak, 320-pound senior at one guard. Josh Switzer is an extra guard to the right side, a senior at 215. Matthew Coverdale, the guard on the left at 225, and a junior. Tackle is Matthew Brewer, a junior at 205, and Jet Zabel is the tight end at 215, and a junior. Without Jackson Edmond, who broke a collarbone last week, Jet Zabel could figure to have another big game here tonight. The offense for the Governors. Looking at the other side, the defense, the nose tackle, Jason Mishashak, the big senior. Josh Rydberg is one defensive tackle, a senior at 230, along with Emmett Anderson, a junior at 225. Linebackers include Chase Sarda, the 160-pound senior. Trey Lewis, the 180-pound junior. Deegan Huska, senior at 175. Chance Sarda, junior at 205, and middle linebacker Gavin Stotts, the senior, at 210. The defensive backfield consists of Jaden Weeby on the corner at 180 and Spencer Schonsberg, a junior, at 175. Jacob Mayer roaming center field as the free safety, the senior at 175 pounds. For the Pierre Governors and their head coach Steve Steele, assisted by Matt Thorson, Nathan Nas, Scott Nye, Adam Spohr, Dan Mishashak, Sean Lewis, Jeff Schleckaway, Brevin Kaiser, and Duncan Trowell. Those are the Governors starting lineups, and our starters are brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's give you the Brandon Valley starters as they are now being announced on the field. Quickly running through on the offensive side, Lucas Slack is a senior quarterback. Delvon Spears Whitty, a junior at 190, is the dude that Coach Steve Steele talked about in the backfield for Brandon Valley. They've got a 3-wide set out wide as well. Devion Bonwell Whitty is a freshman. Dylan Langrock and Nate Andreessen are senior receivers that are two to watch as well. Micah Nelson is a junior at tight end. Center is Hayden Ask, a big 250-pound senior. Andrew Bunkers at 220, a senior on the guard spot, along with Isaac Johnson, a 300-pound senior. At the other guard, Easton Poppy is a junior at 265. Lucas Feldkamp, a sophomore, at 250. The tackles on offense for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Turning it around on defense, Hudson Parliament, a freshman, plays nose guard to start. Thomas Risty is a 225-pound junior. Defensive tackle, Caden Dowd and Nate Vandenberg. Vandenberg noted especially by Coach Matt Christensen as a good defensive end. The linebackers in the middle is Gunnar Swift, a sophomore. Grayson Borton, one of the leading tacklers on this team, is one outside linebacker, a junior. Austin Brummels, a junior at the other linebacker. The corners are Rylan Carroll, a sophomore. Caleb Breest, a junior. And the safeties are Drake Jellema, another sophomore, and Tristan Bisbee, a a senior, who is the son of Jason Bisbee, former Pierre Governor, now assistant coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Tristan, again, a senior in center field at safety for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups in this one. They are marching out the colors right now. We will have our national anthem here in Brandon. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We still have more. We'll give you the officials when we return, the law on the field, and we'll also kick this one off. A little bit of time yet to come as you listen to Pierre Governor Football and your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 605-224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use their mobile app Waste Connect, check their website, or receive a robocall for collection schedule because of weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. Registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram. From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. River 92.7. KGFX FM, Pierre. Stay alive. Don't text and drive.
Car scams are more common now, largely due to the low inventory of vehicles. This is your Attorney General, Mark Vargo, saying that while we may take this type of purchase for granted, don't rush into it for fear of losing out on that vehicle. Stay vigilant and do your homework before you make the purchase. If you're purchasing a used vehicle, know who you're dealing with, know what you're signing, and be sure you get a copy of the signed agreement at the time of purchase. Be wary of look-alike or sound-alike car dealer websites. If you have questions, contact my Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
There's an announcement from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, their Division of Consumer Protection, who sponsor our Law on the Field tonight during our Becky Pottsville State Farm pregame show, officiating tonight's game, and with our thanks for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports, referee Derek Omi, umpire is Steve Creer, head linesman Darren Berg, and the line judge Seth Walter. Back judge will be Todd Lamberty, I believe a Sioux Falls crew tonight. Derek Omi, Steve Creer, Darren Berg, Seth Walter, Todd Lamberty, tonight's game officials, our Law on the Field. And they're sponsored by the South Dakota Office, their Division of Consumer Protection. The enactment of the coin toss, and our referee indicates that Brandon Valley will receive the opening kick, and the Governors will have to kick off for the second straight game here. And that kickoff is coming up. It's sponsored by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and then it's go time. High school football, the Pierre Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx coming up next on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
And back in Brandon, Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. Caleb Brozick on camera for Live Ticket at side, and Heather Williams in studio. Big night of high school football coming up tonight. Glad to have you with us. And again, you can watch this one at the drgnews.com website, the River 92.7 page, or through the Pierce School website at gogovs.live. Governors in road white tonight with the green pants, green numbers, green helmets. As we watch this one, they'll be kicking from left to right. Brandon Valley is in black on black with the red numbers and trim, white trim as well. Black helmets returning from right to left. Lincoln Keynoles will kick off for the Governors. Boom, it's in the air, high end over end, but into a bit of a breeze. Nicely to the side and taken, and a short return by the Brandon Valley return man here. And the kick returner is Devion Spears Whitty, or Devion Bonwell Whitty, or Delvon Spears Whitty. And Brandon Valley will have it 1st and 10, the first possession of the night. So a good short kick. Now the wind is blowing across the field from the Governors left to right, and Keynoles' kick from the near hash mark did kind of angle to the sideline. And that'll be could be a factor here this evening. Brandon Valley on the ground, but a running play stuffed by Gavin Stotts as the carry to Delvon Spears Whitty will go nowhere. In fact, maybe losing a yard for starters here. So a 2nd down and 11 situation for Brandon Valley. Quarterback is Lucas Slack. Wrestling fans will know that name. Wrestling fans also, of course, know the name of Navarro Shunke. He is a big omission to the Brandon Valley lineup, as he is out with a back injury, and it's been said that he will be having surgery in the near future. Slack wants to throw, and this one to the near side through the hands of Dylan Langrock, and out of bounds on the Brandon Valley bench on our near side. So 3rd down and 11 coming up from the 21-yard line. Slack threw a nice pass there, a little tall, but certainly catchable for Langrock. He just had that one go through his hands. The Governors in defense, and Spencer Sonsberg in particular waiting back to make a move after the catch. Lynx will send one wide to the near side, 2 to the far side from the near hash mark, moving from right to left. Slack wants to throw again. Good protection, and on the slant pass, has a completion, but Gavin Stotts will make a stop at the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. This looks to be short of a 1st down. Jaden Wiebe there in coverage as well. They'll spot it just across the 30 for a gain of 9, but that would be 4th and a long 1. And I believe that was Langrock who makes the catch this time after being unable to haul in the previous one. Punt formation, out come the Lynx. Lucas Slack, the quarterback, also doubles as the punter, just as Lincoln Keynoles would do for the Governors. And now there are too many men on the field for Brandon Valley. A little miscommunication. Nate Andreessen came out there. Legal substitution is the call here.
5-yard penalty.
Brandon Valley will be marked 5 yards back. So that doesn't help. The Lynx will be marked back to the 25-yard line, and 4th and 6. The Governors sending Trey Lewis and Jaden Wiebe back deep as they stand just at about their 40-yard line. Slack will kick with the left foot. This one into the wind is off the side of his foot and very short. It'll bounce at the 29. It will bounce in Brandon Valley's favor. Actually bounced at the 34 and then rolls across the 40, downed by the Lynx at the 42, but only a 17-yard punt for the Lynx, and the Governors are in great shape and what'll be their opening possession of the game. So Brandon Valley, like Watertown, had the opening possession. Watertown ended up marching down the field and scoring on the Govs last week, but the Lynx unable to do such the similar unable to find similar success, and the Governors will have it on the near hash mark, heading left to right. Now again, is this field,
In the backfield. That penalty declined. First down.
Brandon Valley had another penalty on that punt play, but the Governors certainly like where they're at here. They've got 10-16 to go opening quarter. No score yet, and here comes Lincoln Keenholz with Brock Mosier in the backfield. Too wide to the left side. Jack Merkwant alone to the right. Short side, he takes an up and out and makes a man miss after grabbing the opening pass of the game from Lincoln Keenholz up ahead of the 30, inside of the 25, and out of bounds at the 23.
Penalty flag in the play. Tackle made
There
by
is a flag, but it's on the far side of the field, as we see, and now we've got an illegal formation on the Governors. So a would-be first down pickup on the first play from the offense will be negated and marked back. Presumably somebody, perhaps one of the receivers on the left side, not up on the line of scrimmage, or covering up an offensive lineman or something to that magnitude. So the Governors are marked back to the 47 of Brandon Valley to be 1st and 15 instead. Merkwant had made it all the way down to about the 23-yard line on that play. Made a nice move after catching the ball. Here come the Lynx, and down goes Lincoln Keenholz. Brandon Valley with defenders coming from both sides. Nate Vandenberg, the outstanding defensive end. Also Grayson Bortnum, the great linebacker, as we mentioned. We talked about both of them when we were talking starting lineups. The Governors are backed up to their own side of the 50 at the 45-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play. Something you don't see very often. Keenholz has not been put to the turf. Now he's got an empty backfield, and here come the Lynx again. But Keenholz will spin, tuck and run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and Brandon Valley defense steps up once again. And the Governors are going to have 3rd and double figures. Thomas Risty in on the stop. Keenholz spins for a yard on a gain. Ball at the 46 in the middle of the field for the Governors. They've got to get to the Brandon Valley 32-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 22. Under 9 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Got a few games underway already. 1 in 11 AA, 2 11 AAAs. Keenholz looking to throw, has time. This time over the middle. Jet Zabel with the grab. He'll spin through a couple of tackles and get 5 more yards. Good enough for a Pierre Governor first down to the Brandon Valley 30-yard line.
Gunnar Swift, number 28 on
Gunnar Swift in on the stop, but it was Zabel on that one, who is so tough to bring down. Pick up here of 24 yards. That's the first connection for the Governors, and Keenholz hitting his maybe his favorite target in tight end Jet Zabel. Now back to the ground. First handoff here to Brock Mosier. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but not much better. 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Still in the middle of the field. The Govs, of course, going without a huddle, and now on the clap, 2 Lynx will jump.
Penalty flag in the play.
At Vandenberg on the outside right. Austin Brummels, the edge rusher on the left side. That's one thing Brandon Valley will do that a lot of teams that the Governors have seen so far this year will not. They will have their edge rushers from a standing position. That's how they'll get going. Almost like, as a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, I just have to say it's almost like the Blitzburg days of back in the 90s, and kind of that 3-4 defense that they still employ. But anyway, a 5-yard helper for the Governors. Now 2nd down and 5. Mosier in motion left to right. Keenholz rolls that way, throws back across the field, and an intercepted pass. Brandon Valley hauls it in at the 5-yard line as Keenholz was looking on the redirect back to Jet Zabel. But the pass thrown into the wind out of the southeast floated a little bit. And it is Rylan Carroll, the cornerback, who gets out there and makes the play. Good takeaway here for the Lynx, as the Governors were looking to threaten. So it'll be Brandon Valley with the takeaway, but they'll have it 1st and 10 in their own red zone. In fact, let's call it the shadow of their own goalpost with 7:42 to go. Lynx ball at the 5-yard line. No score yet. Both teams with a crack at it. Here comes Spears Whitty, and Delvon outside, making men miss, and he's got it across the 10 to the 15. Good enough for a Brandon Valley first down before Deegan Huska is finally able to bring him down. They'll spot him at about the 16 and a pickup of 11.
Tackle made by 24, Deegan Huska.
First down for Brandon Valley tonight at the 16 and a half. Delvon Spears-Whitty didn't play in the first 2 games of the season, and maybe through no coincidence at all, Brandon Valley unable to pick up victories against either O'Gorman or Harrisburg. Ball on the ground as a short snap, low snap, not handled by Lucas Slack, but Spears-Whitty comes in from behind and he'll pick it up and get back close to the line of scrimmage. So saving of a catastrophe there for the Lynx. They'll still have it at the 16-yard line. Second down and 10 coming up here for Brandon Valley. Governors again picked off. Keenholz with trying to think of how I should be able to count them on one hand, the interceptions, but that might only be 2 pickoffs of Lincoln Keenholz all season, maybe 3. Slack looks to throw on second and 10. He's got a man at the 35 and nothing but daylight. Governors giving chase at the 30, 20, 10, 5 near side to the touchdown. And Brandon Valley and Dylan Langrock will strike first on the skinny post, and an 84-yard touchdown pass from Lucas Slack to Dylan Langrock. The Governors just about got a hand on that one in the passing lane, almost knocked it away, but Langrock was able to haul it in. He kept his focus, and he outraces the rest of the Governor secondary to the house. Big play, 84 yards. Brandon Valley will strike first. On to take the PAT attempt, Ryder Haas, a 170-pound senior, left-footed kicker, snap, spot, hold, kick. It's all good. And Brandon Valley strikes first, taking an interception and turning it into 7 points. The Lynx on top of the Governors with 6:23 to go. Quarter number 1, 7-0, and we're back for the Lynx kick when we return with more Pierre Governor football.
You expect more when you expect more. Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Well, the Lynx pick off Lincoln Keenholz at the 5-yard line, and 3 plays later, 95 yards in a minute and 19 seconds. Lucas Slack hooks up with Dylan Langrock for an 84-yard catch and run by Langrock. And a Ryder Haas PAT at 7-0. Brandon Valley striking first. Windy night, and the ball has fallen off the tee. So once again, directionally speaking, this field is set up in a northeast to southwest angle, and the wind is out of the southeast, so it is literally coming across the field, in fact, right into our faces for the kicker here for Brandon Valley from his right to left. Haas kicks it away, sending the Governors deep, taken by Jaden Weeby at his own 1-yard line. He'll come near side, up across the 20, and he's upended and a somersault into the air. It'll give him actually a couple of extra yards. The Governors will have it 1st and 10 at about the 24-yard line. They'll spot it at the 23. It was Tristan Bisbee who makes the tackle on this return. So with 6:15 to go, quarter number 1, the Governors will have to play from behind for the second game in a row. Watertown took a 6-0 lead after their opening possession last week. Governors were picked off in the red zone on their first possession. They'll try again, but now trailing 7-0. Onto the ground, it's Brock Mosier. Starts right, cuts back to the left, and then he is stuffed. And Brandon Valley saying, that's our ball. And apparently they took it away. A fumble on the play here. And the Governors will turn it over for the second time. Beanbag on the ground, definitely seen by the officials. So Mosier with the fumble. And another big play here for the Governors. 2 possessions, now 2 turnovers. And Brandon Valley will have it. 1st and 10 in Pierre territory at the 26-yard line. So A lot of people wondering in Governor Land, is this the night the Governors meet their match? So far, that may very well be the case. Near hash mark, going right to left. Here come the Lynx. Black jerseys, red numbers. Kind of hard to see a lot of these numbers from this distance. Matt Christensen is going to take his first time out. Make sure everybody's on the same page. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. The Lynx looking to add to a 7-0 lead, turning over the Governors for the second time. We'll take a 30-second break. Timeouts in our game and broadcast. And on the field brought to you by Coca-Cola. So grab a Coke and be back in 30 seconds. This is Pierre Governor Football.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
And a penalty on the play in the secondary for the Governors. As I was just looking up off of the scoreboard, looks like a potential pass interference. We'll get the call here. It is pass interference on the Governors. Pass attempt over the middle. George Stolley in coverage. Number 4 had to prevent what could have been a touchdown. It'll be half the distance to the goal, which will be an advance of 13 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Lynx in the Governor red zone. So far, the Governors will have to try to make some adjustments. They could use some right now on defense. Here come the Lynx in the red zone. They'll give it to Spears Whitty. He makes his move to the left side, cuts back into the inside the 10 to the 5. Looked like he had an open hole all the way, but the Governors will converge and save the touchdown. Might be able to hear a little bit of a breeze in our microphones here. As we mentioned, still coming right at us. This is a 7-yard gain for Delvon Spears Whitty. And he's got it down to the 6-yard line, 2nd down and about 3. Spears Whitty showing that quickness. Going to be a tough guy to bring down. Lucas Slack in a shotgun formation. Takes the snap, he gives it to Spears Whitty again. He'll go left side, reaches, and he gets to the goal line. He got the ball on the white stripe, and that's good for 6 for Brandon Valley. From 6 yards out, Delvon Spears Whitty following a huge left side of the offensive line. And he'll crack the barrier, and the Lynx lead 13-0. Spears Whitty with the first rushing touchdown. Brandon Valley with an 84-yard passing touchdown as well. Here is Haas for a +1, and the kick is up and good. So the Governors being surprised a little bit. Brandon Valley out to an early 14-0 lead with 5:10 to go. Governors will try to hang on to the ball in their next possession. They're 0 for 2 in that department. Brandon Valley kicks after this 30-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Well, after the pure fumble from Brock Mosier, the Lynx take it away. 2 plays later, after a pass interference penalty gets them half the distance to the goal, Brandon Valley gets a 6-yard touchdown run from Delvon Spears Whitty. Ryder Haas with the PAT, and it's 14-0. Governors in a position now that they haven't been in before. Obviously, Pierre has been able to make adjustments. Not many teams, I don't believe, make adjustments as well as they do, but there are some big adjustments that'll need to be made. Here's a muff of the kickoff return from Trey Lewis. He'll pick it up at the 5-yard line, come up the near hash mark across the 15, but stopped short of the 20. It'll be Pierre football at their own 19-yard line. Governors sent 3 players back deep, trying to set something up. But they'll have a long field to play on, and again, the wind, which is a factor, crossing the field from Pierre's left to right. If there is an advantage with the wind in either team's favor right now, it actually would be slightly in Lincoln Keenholz's favor as he'll try to throw the football. 1st and 10 from the 19. Over the middle, looking for Merkwan. He's got it. He breaks free at the 45 to the 50. Nobody in front of him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Governors. And just like that, the Govs have a chance to cut a 14-0 deficit in half. No flags on the field. It is an 81-yard score for Lincoln Keenholz and Jack Merkwan. Or is there a flag on the field? Steve Steele has his hands outstretched. And we've got an illegal formation called on the Governors, so wave it off.
5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the flag was out on the arrow of the 20-yard line, far side of the field. Real tough to see it from here. But this is the second time the Governors have gotten dinged now on an illegal formation. And the same official has thrown that flag both times, so he's not seeing something that the Governors are doing right and lining up on that line of scrimmage. So instead of an 81-yard touchdown pass, it'll be 1st and 15 back at the 14-yard line for Pierre.
The 14-yard line, first down.
3rd penalty already for the Governors. 2nd illegal formation on the offensive set. Christian Bush ready to snap to Keenholz in the gun. Empty backfield otherwise. Keenholz steps out of the pocket, runs now left side. He's got to the 15 to the 20. Room up to the 30 and a first down. Back to the middle of the field. Across the 35 down to the 40, and Lincoln Keenholz with a scramble here, and no flags on the field this time. First down pickup of 26 yards on the ground for Lincoln Keenholz. Something that'll be fun to watch tonight as Keenholz throws the football. He comes into this game just 363 yards shy of the all-time state passing yardage record held by Brandon Valley's own Austin Sumner from several years ago. He wants over the top here and almost picked off. Looking for Zabel, but the safety for Brandon Valley, number 29, Drake Jellema, just about was able to go up and get that one as the pass was overthrown. And again, maybe that ball sails on Keenholz a little bit with the wind conditions being what they are. So far, Lincoln just 1 out of 3 for 24 yards. And again, had an 81-yard touchdown a moment ago, wiped away because of an illegal formation call. So Keenholz will try again. 2nd and 10. Mosier, a helper in the backfield. Lincoln's got to step out and roll to the right. Near side, breaks through a 1, breaks free from another. Now he'll try to tuck and run back to the near hash mark, pushing his way up back to the 40-yard line at best, just back to the line of scrimmage. So Lincoln Keenholz, tackled by Austin Brummels. But you see what Keenholz is capable of, not just throwing the football, but running the football, and not just running the football, but breaking tackles along the way. Brandon Valley had him for a loss a couple of times on that play. But still, it's 3rd and 10. The Lynx fans in front of us going to get loud. And about 90 Brandon Valley bench players also getting loud. Keenholz with time this time. Near side, now he's got to get out of here, and he's down in the backfield. And once again, it is Vandenberg. Nate Vandenberg, the 205-pound senior edge rusher. 2nd time Keenholz goes down for a loss. This is a loss of 9, back to the 31. Keenholz keeping his poise and taking the sack. It's okay to punt in this situation. Unfortunately, a big play for the Governors was wiped away, and they'll come up empty. 3 and out after a nice scrambling run for Keenholz for 26 yards to start that drive. Keenholz back to punt for the first time. He'll go with a line drive spiral to the near side. It'll be out of bounds at best at the Brandon Valley 35-yard line. The near side official will walk that ahead even more yardage, and he'll spot just shy at the 40. So again, the wind causing some problems in the kicking game, and they will put it right on the 40-yard line for Brandon Valley. Their side of the field, we've got 2:35 to go, quarter number 1. Brandon Valley leading 14-0. 14 points off of 2 Pierre turnovers here in the first quarter. This time it's off of a punt, option pitch to Spears-Whitty. Slack gets rid of it. Spears-Whitty to the right side around the end, and he will take a Governor tackler for a 5-yard ride, maybe 4 actually. That's spotted at the 44, and it'll be second down and 6. 32 yards for Delvon Spears-Whitty on his first 5 carries. He has a 6-yard touchdown included.
Second down and 6.
Deacon Huske in on the stop for the Governors. Pierre could use a quick 3-and-out defensively here as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first quarter of play. 14-0. Brandon Valley, Spears-Whitty hits the call again. Head of steam up the middle, and he'll cross the 45, get to the 47, a gain of 3. It's a straight-ahead dive this time for Brandon Valley. Huske in on the stop from the linebacking core once again. Now a big 3rd down and 3 for the Pierre defense upcoming here. Ball on the far hash mark. And as we mentioned, if there is a wind advantage, it right now belongs to Pierre in the direction they're traveling, but most of the wind is cutting across the field from Brandon Valley's right to left. Slack alone in the backfield, this time on 3rd and 3. Has a little bit of time, flushed out of the pocket, throws over the middle, has his man at the 40-yard line of the Governors. This is Andreessen who breaks a tackle. Near sideline, 10-5 touchdown. Not Andreessen, but it's Devion Bonwell-Whitty. 5 instead of number 9. And Bonwell-Whitty, the freshman, breaks a tackle at the 35 or so of the Governors. And this goes as a 53-yard touchdown. Catch and run. Devion Bonwell-Whitty, 53 yards. Lucas Slack has thrown 2 touchdowns in a row now. Ryder Haas in for the PAT, and Brandon Valley has a 21-0 lead. Still here in the first quarter with 1:06 to play. Lynx will kick after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Nystrom Electrical Contract.
Fall is going to be here next week, and it's time to start preparing. Make sure all your vehicles are ready to go, especially if you happen to be traveling. This week at Grosenberg Implement, get 8% off all booster cables. Make sure you have a pair for your tractor, truck, car, and John Deere Gator, just in case you need it. See their parts professionals this week at Grosenberg Implement and save 8% on all booster cables. Grosenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has
Everybody saw this coming. We knew we'd have a test for the Governors tonight, but 21-0 trailing here, Brandon Valley, with 2 long touchdowns and a couple of takeaways of the Governors as well. And this time it is a Lucas Slack to Devion Bonwell-Whitty, 53-yard touchdown catch and run. Breaking tackles along the way. Ryder Haas with a big leg on this one. Touchback as that one falls into the end zone. So Pierre with 1:06 to go. Obviously a lot of game to go. Pierre, as we saw, has some quick strike capability, but they'll have to do things so that the officials keep the yellow flags in their pockets and obviously try to figure some things out on defense. Go back to keys to success. Matt Christensen of Brandon Valley said they need to tackle well tonight. That's one thing that is right now plaguing the Governors, especially on that last play and that 53-yard touchdown. Not able to bring these Lynx runners and receivers down. Pierre 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Timing pattern near side. Keenholz hits Jet Zabel out near midfield. A nice floating catch. Dropped in by Keenholz on the throw. Jet Zabel up to the 49-yard line, a gain of 29. And I believe it was Brummels in coverage from the linebacking spot. So 29 here. Keenholz to Zabel, who has his second catch of the night. Both completions by Keenholz to Jet. Keenholz again, left side, up in the air. Kaiser makes a beautiful grab at the 40-yard line of Brandon Valley. Dives into Lynx territory at the 37. And a good gain of 14 for the birthday boy, Cade Kaiser, his first catch of the night. Boy, almost a ballet move to go up and grab that one. Back-to-back first downs picked up here by the Governors. Keenholz ready to go again, 2 wide left. Merkwan is the only one to the right, near side. Ball in the middle of the field. Keenholz flushed out quickly. He'll go to the left side, float it, and overthrow his receiver, Kaiser, as he's just getting rid of this one. And that's out of bounds, incomplete. Clock will stop with just 13 seconds left here in quarter number 1.
Putting under pressure, I believe, number 2, Lorenzo Nelson.
Here, Lorenzo Nelson getting into that backfield. Keenholz has faced more pressure so far here in 1 quarter of play than I think he's faced all in 5 full games to start this season. Receivers will switch. Merkwan goes left this time. Kaiser wide right. Brecken Kruger in the slot. Jet Zabel is on his feet in the near slot. Or rather, that's Brock Mosier. Keenholz goes to Merkwan. They give him a little bit of slack, and Merkwan caught up to at the 30-yard line, a modest gain of about 7 to the Brandon Valley 30. It'll be 3rd down and 3, but that'll be the final play of our first quarter of play. It has been interesting, to say the least, on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's Brandon Valley surprising the high-powered Pierre Governors by the score of 21-0. Scoreboard comes to us courtesy of Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Quarter number 2 coming up next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on your official home of the Governors, River 92.7 with drgnews.com.
Reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Pierre Dental Clinic and Iceberg Funeral Home in Pierre, your Pierre sports marketing partners. 3rd down and 2 here for the Governors. Keenholz claps once to try to get Brandon Valley moving. They don't do that. He'll change the play. Governors going right to left now. Now a floater out to Merkwan as he reaches on the spin. Can't haul it in at about the 5-yard line. 3rd and 2, and the Governors able to go long on this one, knowing it's 4 down territory here at the Brandon Valley 30-yard line. So incomplete so far. Lincoln Keenholz 4 of 8. Big play in that first half might have been the 81-yard touchdown from Keenholz to Merkwan that was wiped away by an illegal formation, the second one called against the Governors tonight. Now 4th and 2. Keenholz alone in the backfield. Mosier, Kruger, Merkwan are right. Cade Kaiser is to the left. Keenholz, they want to run this one. Nope, he's back to pass, looking in Kaiser's direction, draws the pursuit, flushed out, has a man wide open, and it's caught by Kruger inside the 15-yard line, out of bounds, far side of the 13, 1st down Governors. Gain of about 17 here. Kruger came back to the play nicely, and there were no Brandon Valley defenders with him, so Brecken Kruger makes a good heads-up play here. I'm going to call this at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 18. On the family connection from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger. Now far hash mark. The Governors are bunching up the far side, but Cade Kaiser's all by himself out here on the left side. Keenholz wants to run straight up the gut, following the big offensive line. He's inside the 10 to the 5 and down around the 2. That'll be close to a 1st down here for Lincoln Keenholz. They're taking the down markers away. First down and goal to go for the Governors as they try to get on the board for the first time tonight. Trailing 21-0.
First and goal for Pierre.
Governor fans, I'm sure, can trust the offense. The question is, can the defense make stops when they're back out there? They have not been able to do that except for the first possession of the game for Brandon Valley. Keenholz looking for a keeper again, but he's caught up to this time in the backfield. Somebody from Brandon Valley got in there quick, and that's somebody needing a little help off the field. And again, numbers from this distance hard to see, but that again is Nate Vandenberg. He has had a huge first half defensively. Keenholz gets halfway there to the 1 yard line. 5 carries, 38 yards for Lincoln Keenholz, a big 26-yard scramble. Got most of that. Now at the 1 yard line, second down and goal. Brock Mosier in motion, left to right. Keenholz going to keep it himself. He's got the touchdown this time, following the right side of the offensive line. He'll walk it in for 6, and the Governors, at long last, here with 10:28 to go in the second quarter, are on the board. 21-6, Brandon Valley. Keenholz capping a 9-play scoring drive that covers 80 yards for the Governors. That is Lincoln's 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Andrew Campia in to kick for the Governors. Trying the PAT out of the hold of Lincoln Keenholz. And this one is a low line drive, but it is up and good. So the Governors on the board for the first time. Pull back within 2 scores. It's Brandon Valley 21 and the Governors 7. 10:28 to go, second quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Govs kick when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store. 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store. Same great paint, same great services.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Fumble lost deep in Governor territory that led Brandon Valley to a short field. They've had 2 long touchdown passes themselves, have the Lynx. Governors have had 1 long touchdown called back because of a penalty. Keenholz with a kick to the 2 yard line taken by the deep man. Momentum took him into the end zone, has to bring it back out, straight up the middle of the field to about the 20 yard line. Kick returner would be Devion Bonwell-Whitty, perhaps. Titan Winkler in on the stop for Pierre. Brandon Valley will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 yard line. So the Governors have gotten at least a punch here in the mouth of the Brandon Valley defense. We'll see if the offense continues to punch for Brandon Valley as they come back out, moving now left to right for the first time. And you look across the field and suddenly the flag has come to a rest as we get deeper into this Friday night in Brandon. Maybe the wind might become less of a factor. Pump fake and a straight run play for Lucas Slack, the quarterback. Up the middle of the field, he's close to a first down. In fact, already chains are moving as the ball goes to the 30 yard line. And the Lynx will get a fresh set of downs. Brandon Valley again has made 2 big plays. Slack through the air is 3 of 4. But they're making plays on the ground as well. Here now 1st and 10 from the 30 yard line. Slack keeps it himself on the run pass option. And this one goes nowhere. Governors with 3 of them converging. It might have been E.J. Bucci in there at a linebacker spot, among others. Gavin Stott's in there too. They'll give 1 to Slack this time. Very capable runner. stats on the season. He is the second leading ground gainer on this team. So again, Delvon Spears-Whitty, who did not play the first 2 games of the year, has been very productive in the last 3 and already productive in this one too. 2nd and 9, Slack back to throw, sets up a screen, and this is Spears-Whitty. Governors give chase. Emmett Anderson will help bring him down. And across the 35, spot it to the 37, a gain of 6. Governors cover that screenplay up fairly well. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3. 162 yards passing unofficially for Slack now. On 4 of 5 with 2 long touchdowns. 3 eligible receivers to the right. One of them is Dylan Langrock. He's got 1 long touchdown. He's got a slant pass caught over the middle across the 50-yard line. Jaden Wiebe and Trey Lewis will bring him down at the Pier 45, and another first down here for Brandon Valley. 18 yards on that connection. Dylan Langrock, good receiver here for Brandon Valley. They have another one, Nate Andreessen, who hasn't caught a pass yet tonight. And then we've seen the talented freshman Devion Bonwell-Whitty already with a 53-yard catch and run as well. He comes wide to the right side, near side, down in front of us. This one stays on the ground with Slack coming around from the outside. As the Governors will get to him is Gavin Stotts. Nope, that is Jason Mishashok, who gets in there, reaches out a big paw and grabs him and throws him down. Just a gain of 1. Inside the 45 to the 44. Brandon Valley with a 2nd and 9. Mishashok, I'll tell you what, on that one play, 6'4", 320, you can see why he's playing college football for the University of North Dakota. He got in there quick, shows a lot of quickness. For a big fella, very good athlete, and we're all well aware of what he's capable of. Low snap here, and this play didn't happen. We've got a play stoppage. And Brandon Valley going to be marked back with a false start. 5 yards to the negative. Governors appreciate the help here, and it'll be 2nd down and about 14. Back to the 49-yard line, back near midfield. They're right out in front of us. Heading from left to right, northeast to southwest here on this. You think about fields in South Dakota and how many of them are either east-west or north-south. This one is about 45 degrees in either direction. 2nd and 14, shotgun snap. This is Spears-Whitty, and the Governors will cover it up in the middle with Emmett Anderson blocking things, clogging things up. Mishashok is in there too. A modest gain, maybe a couple here. Nope, I'm going to give him 1 to the 48-yard line for Delvon Spears-Whitty, and it'll be 3rd down and 13. The Governor defense for the first time, well, since the opening possession for Brandon Valley when they held him to a 3 and out, are standing their ground so far. Langrock is the wideout near side. Governors will rush 3. Slack has to step out of the pocket. He roams to the left at the 50. Will run 45 to the 40, and the Governors will catch him at the 40-yard line. Out of bounds to the far side, short of a first down. It'll be interesting to see how Brandon Valley plays this with a 4th and 5 coming. Stotts runs him down again. Stottsy playing an active game so far. This is a gain of 8 on the scramble for Lucas Slack. 4th and 5. It's really 4-down territory. Brandon Valley can try to play the field position game. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but with a 21-7 lead, they will go for it. On the Pier side of the field, 4th and 5. Big play. Slack over the middle has his man. It's Langrock again. Caught at the 25, dragged down to the 20-yard line. Jacob Mayer in on the stop, and the Lynx will move the chains near the Governor red zone down to the 21, a gain of 19. Lucas Slack throwing good balls here tonight, and Dylan Langrock so far his favorite receiver. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line, 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, 21-7, Brandon Valley. Coach Steve Steele said Brandon Valley, yeah, they were hurt. They were banged up first two games, but this team is getting better, and we're seeing that. Here comes Trey Lewis running down the quarterback, Lucas Slack. That's not Lewis, that's Chase Sarda. Slack never saw him coming, didn't hear him either. It's just a 1-yard gain to the 20. As he was just waiting for the holes to open up on the right side of the offensive line, out of the near hash mark. Brandon Valley chewing some time here. We're down to 4:20 to go. This drive started with 10:19 to play in the second quarter. Already 6 minutes eaten up on this possession by the Lynx offense. Slack alone in the backfield. Low snap once again, but he has it with protection. Rolls right, throws. He's got Bonwell Whitty. No, this is Spears Whitty. Delvon Spears Whitty, who makes a man miss and cuts inside the 5-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 15. And the Lynx have it. First down, goal to go. I think now you can say, yes, maybe the Governors have met their match. It's Brandon Valley. And again, you certainly don't let the 3-2 record fool you. Brandon Valley's still one of the best teams out there, and they're showing it here tonight. Under 4 minutes to go. First and goal, 5-yard line. The Governors already trailing 21-7. Spears Whitty gets the call. He goes up the middle, and the Governors will stand him up. Here's Gavin Stotts playing tough again. And he'll get a yard here to the 4. It'll be second down and goal to go from there. Governor defense trying to stiffen up. They've given up 2 big plays, none on this drive, but already we mentioned 6+ minutes, now 7 minutes long on this possession. And what'll be play number 12 coming up. And this is the answer for the Lynx after the Governors got on the board for the first time to make it 21-7. Slack in the pistol again. 2 wideouts to the left. Fakes the handoff, wants it himself. He's got it in for 6. Touchdown, Lucas Slack and the Brandon Valley Lynx. Little 4-yard scamper, and the Lynx answer. The Governors score with another one of their own. 27-6 with 3:08 to go, and some fireworks set off to our upper right. Ryder Haas is 3 for 3 so far. This will be his first attempt in this end zone and through these goalposts. On a PAT, snap and spot and hold are good. The kick is up, and no problem with that one either. 4 out of 4 for Ryder Haas, and the Governors fall behind by a 21 spot once again. 28-7, Brandon Valley, 3:08 to play. Plenty of time for Pierre to answer when we come back in a 30-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
New online
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing.
Credit to the Brandon Valley Lynx. You call this I'm calling this a signature drive right there. 12 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Probably here in this first half the most important number that has been put up by Brandon Valley on that one possession. 7:09. The TOP, Lucas Slack with a 4-yard touchdown from the quarterback position. Ryder Haas's PAT makes it 28-7. The Governors will have 3 minutes and change to try to answer here in the end of the first half. Welcome back to Brandon. And Ryder Haas has shown a big leg. He'll kick another one end over end. More of a line drive, and this one covers distance. And Trey Lewis and Jaden Wiebe will let it go into the end zone once again. So another possession that'll start from the 20-yard line for Pierre with 3:08 to play this time. Last time they started at the 20, they went 9 plays in 2:38. And those 80 yards, Lincoln Keno's had a 1-yard touchdown run. Governors, again, quick strike ability probably as good as anybody in that department all across South Dakota, but they'll have to sustain things here in, let's call it a 3-minute drill to close out the first half. All timeouts are available. Kenols wants over the middle and almost a one-handed grab by Cade Kaiser up ahead of the 45-yard line, or is that Kruger? That's Brecken Kruger who almost hauled that in. Brecken's got some leaping ability that we don't get to see very often, but just not able to haul this one in. Kenols 5 out of 10 so far here in the opening half of play. 28-7. I don't think many people thought the Governors would be faced with a situation like this. Kenols 2nd and 10 has to be flushed out. He'll run with it, 25 and the 30 with more room to spare, and 35 out toward the 40-yard line, out of bounds to the Governor bench. And this could be a weapon for the Governors as long as Brandon Valley's not able to bring Lincoln down in the backfield. He can tuck and run, certainly, as everybody knows, as well as anybody. 19-yard gallop to the 39-yard line. Kenols on 1st and 10, wants to throw. Short side, rolls out, right side, throws it low, but that keeps it away from the defense, and it looks like this pass is caught. Nice receive for Jack Merkwan up ahead of the 40. They'll spot it at the 43. That's just a 4-yard gain, but a positive one at that. Second catch from Merkwan, and again, Jack earlier in this game had an 81-yard catch and run that was wiped away because of a illegal formation penalty. And it looks like
the ruling on the field is a catch and then out of bounds. The play clock should stop, reset it.
Okay. Catching out of bounds by Merkwan, so they didn't stop the clock. They will reset that. 2:44 to go now. And a 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd down and 6.
For the Governors. Here in road wide, heading right to left. Southwest and northeast here at Brandon Valley. Mosier's in the backfield. Kenols back to throw. He's got Merkwan at the 50-yard line. Turns upfield into Brandon Valley territory inside the 45, down about the 42. And a first down chain mover here for the Governors. Plenty of time still. 2:37 to go. They'll spot him at the Brandon 41. 16 on that connection. Kenols to Merkwan. Lincoln ready to go again. Tucks, runs up the middle. Cuts back inside the near hash mark, 40 to the 35, and a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 now. Kenols has kept it 8 times. Unofficially counting 64 yards and a touchdown for Lincoln Kenols. 2nd and 4 here for the Governors. Clock running to 2 minutes to go, second quarter. Short pass, far side, caught, first down, spin move, Merkwan inside the 30 down to the 25. And Jack Merkwan starting to become the weapon that he is in the Governor offense. 5 yards here. Nope, let's call it 10 yards to the 25 instead of the 30. Merkwan's 4th catch as Gunnar Swift is there in coverage. 1st and 10, Governors in a rhythm. Kenols from the far hash mark wants to throw it to Merkwan, and that's good coverage out there. Pass overthrown, but Merkwan never had a chance. And this one will stop the clock with 1:35 to play. Well, if you're Pierre, sure you want to score, but I don't know that you want to keep Brandon Valley on the field or give them another minute or so to score a touchdown here with the way they've played on the offensive end. 2 long touchdowns through the air for Brandon Valley to help them to a 28-7 lead. That's where we are right now, but the Governors are driving. 2nd and 10. Another short throw. Pass thrown on the far side. Merkwan with the catch. He'll go upfield inside the 10, down to the 5. Pass is thrown by that far side official, and well, once again, I don't think this is at the line of scrimmage, or is it? If this is another illegal formation, the Governors are going to have to try to understand something. Something that hasn't really been called all season long. I doubt they're changing their sets or anything like that. The only difference really in who's out there is maybe the lack of Jackson Edmond at a second tight end spot.
Pass interference.
Pass interference. Merkwan pushing off.
Penalty from the previous spot. Replay second
So
down.
well, even offensive pass interference is 15 yards. That's a bad break for the Governors. They'll be marched back 15 all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Bring up second down.
Marquand apparently pushing off of the defender. I would imagine you get 5 yards, and that pass was thrown right at about the 20-yard line. I suppose that would be the 5-yard max from the 25-yard line. Now Keenholz over the top is Marquand. Did he haul this one in? Brandon Valley says no. I guess the back judge says no. Marquand gets up without the football. Almost made a beautiful bobbling grab, but unable to do so. It'll be 3rd down and 25 at the 40-yard line. Well, the Governors, 2 turnovers in this first half, couple of penalties, one that wiped away a big penalty, and this penalty that they're trying to counter has set them into some tough situations. They still trail 28-7. Brandon Valley's fans coming to life here, 3rd and 25. Keenholz will run with it, 40, 35. Cut back to the outside to the 30, now to the 25 and the 20. Still on his feet, he lowers his shoulders, and he's close to a Governor first down. 3rd and 25. Now just let the best quarterback in the state do his thing. This time it's on the ground, and they're moving the chains. First down, Governors at the 15. All 25 on 3rd and 25 gained by the future Washington Husky. Now into the red zone. Start the clock up again. 43 seconds counting down. Pierce still has all 3 timeouts. Keenholz over the middle on the slant. It's Marquand inside the 10 to the 5 and brought down there at the 4. And now Steve Steele and company will take a Governor. Well, they'll stop the clock. This is a first down pickup, not a timeout. 1st and goal from the 3. Grayson Bortnam in on the stop. Jack Marquand's 5th catch tonight. 1st and goal at the 3. Keenholz is alone in the backfield. 3 wides to the left. Over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Jet Zabel just across the goal line. And the Governors will strike with 13 seconds left. That is a good use of the last 3:08 for the Governors here in the first half. 11-play scoring drive, and that passing attack with Lincoln Keenholz and the scrambling as well. More of what the Governors have been used to. 28-13, looking for one more here. Keenholz with his first touchdown pass of the night, his 24th of the season. Campia on a high snap will get a boot into this one, and he'll be able to put it through. Keenholz got it down. Andrew Campia, 2 for 2 in the kicking game. Governors back within 14. It's 28-14. Brandon Valley. Governors will kick with just 13 seconds left here in the first half. When we return after this 30-second break, you're listening to Governor Football.
Are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the quarter station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The quarter station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the quarter station and the crossing. The corners, the best Western Ramkota hotel.
The long sustained drive, but in the 3-minute mode, if you will, for the Governors. Started with 3:08 to go. They go 2:55 and 80 yards in 11 plays. Lincoln Keenholz completing passes and picking up yardage on the ground along the way. He gets one to Jet Zabel from 3 yards out, and an Andrew Campia kick makes it 28-14. Just 13 seconds to go here in our second half of play. Keenholz will kick off from right to left. Probably want the Lynx to choose some time on this return, but Keenholz will send it all the way into the end zone. Touchback, Brandon Valley.
It will be a touchback.
We'll see what the Lynx want to do here from their own 20-yard line. With a 28-14 lead, they've had obviously an outstanding first half of play on both sides of the football. 2 takeaways of the Governors and some big plays on offense. They've scored on their last 4 possessions. They were held to a 3-and-out on their first possession of the night. Looks like they'll go in let's send this thing into halftime mode as Lucas Slack will take a handoff from under center. And he'll kneel on it. That'll be the end of the first half of play. And what a half for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Winners of 3 straight, but starting to show their worth and flex their muscles in 11 AAA. They lead on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. At intermission, it's Brandon Valley 28 and the Pierre Governors 14. Scoreboard's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre as we reach halftime. Halftime coming up in 3 minutes, and that'll be brought to you by Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial Services in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. 3 minutes, and we're back to recap the first half in a 28-14 Brandon Valley lead over the Pierre Governors. You're listening to Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramcota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramcota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you. Your friend, it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates.
Bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Governors!
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care for you to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. Your first
DMC Wear Parts is a proud South Dakota business providing hikes than the large dealers. We specialize in cutting edges for motor graders, loaders, snowplows, and parts.com. Or call or text 605-840-8082.
At Wilbur Ellis, our forward-thinking approach to crop protection, nutrition, and seed development combines years of service and expertise to the latest technology wherever you are, whatever your needs. We offer seed sales, providing Agtegra, DeKalb, and NK seed, fertilizer and chemical application, which includes ground and air spray, and more. Much more. We're proud to sponsor all area sports and activities, with locations in Miller, Highmore, and Blunt. Wilbur Ellis.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. Dakota.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Acres Ahead is back with Agtegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local Agtegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't. Maybe that's someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure Farmers Union Insurance Agent today. Your first.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hill designed with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us.
We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436. Olson Plumbing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham Tire.
Oahe Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing, with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Oahe Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Oahe Federal Credit.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities. When you're in the need for an area for over 40 years, their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're in the need,
stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at dancingsky.com.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. Agtegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, Agtegra will link your farm to the future. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Dozies Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dozies specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dozies is
another touchdown here. 11:52 to go. Glad to have you with us. Caleb Brozick at side running video for Live Ticket. Live streaming through drgnews.com and gogovs.live. Heather Williams in studio running audio production as well. Lincoln Keenholz on first down, scrambling out of the pocket. Will go to the far side of the field, and he'll get a short gain out of this one, running it out of bounds. And a pretty good job, I think, by the Governor offensive line, who has to come back and protect their quarterback. And I saw one blocker in particular who fended off or avoided a block in the back. Keenholz scrambles for just a yard, his 90th yard on the ground in the game. 2nd and 9 for Pierre. 3 receivers near side to the right. The ball's on the far hash mark, though, and again the Governor's moving from left to right. Road white with the green pants and green helmets. Far side it goes to Merkwan. Can't break out of the ankle tackle, but he does dive across the 45. Taken down at about the 46. Pickup of 7 here. Caleb Breest is the defender out there, not letting go of Jack Merkwan. Jack's 6th catch, but he hasn't broken a big one that has stood so far. 3rd and 2 for the Governors. Trying to get a good start going. Keenholz will keep it on the ground. He's got the 50 to the 45 in Brandon territory, and there he goes. 20, 10-5, touchdown. Lincoln Keenholz with the burst of speed through the offensive line and the cut back out to the left side. He'll walk it in, this time from 54 yards, the Governors with a quick strike. And we've got a ball game. Keenholz on the ground, his 2nd touchdown scored. He's got 3 overall. This one, I'm not so sure. It might be his longest run of the season. 54 yards as Andrew Campia comes in. He'll try to make it a 7-point game. Just 59 seconds gone by so far here in the second half. The Governor offense still exists. There's no doubt about that. Can the defense hold that Brandon Valley offensive attack? Campia's kick is perfect, and we've got a 28-21 ball game. Don't go anywhere. We've got a good second half coming up, 30-second break, and we're back. The Governors will kick. This is Pierre Governor football.
Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy.
Back in Brandon, the Governors start the second half, and they complete that daily double, finish the first half with a touchdown, start the second half with a score as well. Lincoln Keenholz on a 54-yard touchdown run, capping a 62-yard drive in just 3 plays and only 51 seconds. Governors with Andrew Campia's kick back within 7 now, 28-21. Keenholz to kick off. High end over end. That'll take Brandon Valley back to the goal line. The ball will cross the plane. It'll be a Lynx touchback from there, even though they wanted to get a return out of that one. Governor Football brought to you on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com, in part by your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors, who include Bank West, the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, and Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, the Dairy Queen, and Kruger Contracting in Pierre. Glad to have you with us on a nice Friday night. Temperatures, I'm sure, still in the 60s here in Brandon Valley. There's been a breeze all night long, but it has died down just a little bit. The Lynx will come out on their first offensive possession of the second half. Going to the ground with Delvon Spears-Whitty. Shifty runner who gets across the 20 up near the 25 with a single spin move, and he's brought down there with a gain of 5. Spears-Whitty brought down by Jason Mishashok, and Spears-Whitty with 42 yards on 9 carries so far tonight. The ground game has been there for Brandon Valley, but they've earned their wings through the air with 2 big scoring plays. And again, 2 touchdowns for the Lynx off of Governor turnovers in that first half. That's the big number in the game right now. Quick pass, quick hitter out to the far side, and this will be a catch and a first down. Gain of about 8 across the 30 to the 33.
On the reception, I believe, number 5.
They'll go with Devion Bonwell-Whitty. Gain of 8 here. That'll be his second catch of the night. Earlier in the halftime stats, I gave a 15-yard catch to Devion Bonwell-Whitty that should have gone to brother Delvon Spears-Whitty. That was one of the statistical errors I thought I had made, and we got that corrected. It doesn't change the stats overall. 204 through the air in that first half for Lucas Slack with those 2 touchdowns. 2 minutes and change gone by here in the third quarter. The Governors have already struck. Brandon Valley trying to do the same. Here's Dylan Langrock, unable to haul in a pass. I think he heard footsteps from Jaden Weeby, who puts him to the turf. Meanwhile, there's a playing big tonight. Governor defense has to continue that big play here. 7:40 to go, third quarter. 28-21. The Governors with 14 unanswered points. Want to get a stop and try to add on to that unanswered total. Slack will keep it himself again on 3rd and 4. Going right side, he slips out of one tackle. He gets to the 45. He'll be met there. That is the line to gain, and I believe he got it without a question. And Lucas Slack gets just enough. He slipped underneath the first tackle. Joshua Rydberg ends up finishing him off, but he gets the 4 yards he needs from 145 to the other. Moving the chains, Brandon Valley will start chewing some more time. And again, outside of the 3 and out for Brandon Valley in their first possession and the 1-play kneel down to end the first half, they have scored on 4 straight offensive possessions. Spears-Whitty empties the backfield. Slack fakes a pass to him. He'll keep it himself straight up the middle. In between the hash mark and the far side numbers, he's inside the 45 to the 40, down to the 38, and a good 7-yard pickup here for Lucas Slack.
7-yard gain, second down and 3 for Brandon Valley.
Mentioned Slack as one of the talented wrestlers on that outstanding Brandon Valley wrestling team. Missing Navarro Shunke on the football field here tonight. Slack has placed high in the state tournament the last couple of years for the Lynx, who of course are 2-time defending champions now. Far hash mark, 2nd and 3. Slack still in the pistol. He's been there all night long, looking to go right side. Short side, not much running room. The Governors will plug it up Maybe a yard on the dive here. David Anderson is in the area. Jason Mishashak always in the area. No gain here. It stays at the 38. Now third down and 3. Chance Sarda gets his name called. In on the stop. Now Slack in terms of rushing carries. Outrunning Delvon Spears-Whitty 13-9. But the clock continues to run. Third quarter, 5:30 to play. Watch for Langrock. He's alone out wide to the right, short side of the field. 2 receivers left here to the near side, and Brandon Valley unable to get this play off. There's a whistle. It's the Lynx taking a Coca-Cola timeout. Clock stopping, 5:17 to play. 28-21 Lynx. Let's try to squeeze in a 60-second break. This is Pierre Governor football.
Adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back in Brandon on a beautiful Friday night for football. It's cooled to 69 degrees and a 10-yard wind out of the southeast thanks to our ever-loving and motherly technical director Heather Williams back in studio. Screen pass here for the Lynx, and they've got a big one. And tripped up down to the 5-yard line, taken down at the 1. Brandon Valley doesn't get a score, but they get something just about as good. I can't see who this is. It is Langrock who comes in on that short side slant. Once again, this guy has been tough to stop. That was a screen pass set up off of a 3rd and 3, and out of the timeout all the way down to the 1, a 37-yard hookup. Catch and run for Dylan Langrock here, and the Lynx will try to muscle their quarterback in for the sneak from 1 yard out. They've got it. And the Governor defense unable to hold here. Big play to set it up. Lucas Slack in for the score from a yard out, and the Lynx take a 2-touchdown lead once again. 4:51 to go here in the third quarter, and another long sustained drive, this one going 10 plays and 80 yards. Didn't get 7 minutes on this one, but 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a head coach's dream as well. But this kick for Ryder Haas misses. It's off of the left upright, and the Lynx will settle for 6 this time. 4:51 to play, 34-21. Brandon Valley will kick when we come back in 30 seconds. This is Pierre Governor football.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Last 2 scoring drives for Brandon Valley, a combined 22 plays, 160 yards, 13 minutes and 19 seconds. This one's 6-10, 10 plays and 80 yards, set up by a 37-yard screen pass from Lucas Slack to Dylan Langrock. Slack sneaks it in from a yard out. Kick blocked, or rather the kick fails off of the upright, and it's 34-21, Brandon Valley. Kickoff goes to Trey Lewis, taken from his 10-yard line back to the middle of the field across the 20 to the 25, and the Governors will start there as they try to answer. Now the Governors have scored on their last 3 possessions, but for all intents and purposes, Brandon Valley has scored on 5 straight possessions. So if the Governors can get one defensive stop, this could turn into one of those games where maybe the team with the ball last ends up winning the game. We'll find out. Keenholz on 1st and 10 will tuck and run. He's up to the 30, makes a move, shifty, up to the 35, still on his feet, across the 40 and out of bounds on the Brandon Valley bench side. Right out in front of us, they'll spot him to about the 42, and Lincoln Keenholz's legs becoming a big weapon again, and the Governors will take whatever weapons they can get. They'll try to go with a hurry-up. They've been in good rhythm so far. Keenholz alone in the backfield, wants to throw. He'll be patient and tuck and run again. Now he's got the 50, and he's close to another first down right out in front of us at the Brandon Valley 48. Near side linesman says move those chains again to the Brandon 47-yard line. That's 11 more for Lincoln Keenholz. Here wants to move quickly. 1st and 10 in the hurry up. 4:12 to play, 3rd quarter. Keenholz quick fire this time, has his man. This is Brecken Kruger. And as he turned on a spin toward the outside, he takes a lick at the 40-yard line. Good enough for a 7-yard gain. Second catch for Brecken Kruger. 2nd down and 3. Actually, that was Zabel. I thought it was 2, but it was 12. They say Zabel. We'll go with Zabel. Lincoln on 2nd and 3, trying to get out of the rush. Can't do it this time. 3rd sack of the game by the Brandon Valley D. And this looks like a team effort. Number 90 in there first to make Keenholz move. That's the freshman Hudson Parliament. And then Caden Dowd is the one that brings him down for a loss of 5 on the play. Now 3rd down and 8 for the Governors. Big play here. 3rd quarter, down to 3:10 to play. Keenholz has been put to the turf 3 times for losses of 22 yards. Back to throw. Floater up. Merkwan trying to get to it. He's got it, but there's a flag that'll be thrown. Separation created. Merkwan has it down to the 7-yard line. I'm a little concerned that Jack may get dinged on a push-off on this one. And judging by his reaction, that may very well be the case. There's hand fighting on both sides. Merkwan got some separation. And as Merkwan pushes back, actually they point to Brandon Valley here. So Merkwan was a little disgusted initially, but he makes the catch. Brandon Valley bench wants to know what happened, and again, you've got that going on both sides. Merkwan catches down to the 7. They will add on half the distance. They pick up of 38 yards. And Brandon Valley, again, half the distance to the goal. Mark it up about 3 yards. It's 1st and goal at the 4 for the Governors. Big break, perhaps. Here in business again, trying to cut into a 13-point deficit. 2:50 to go. Clock starts up again. Keenholz near side. Pass is caught. That's Zabel. Touchdown. Tiptoeing into the side, or into the sideline, near side, and Jet Zabel with his 2nd touchdown grab of the night. Keenholz throws his 2nd, both, of course, to Jet Zabel. 4th touchdown of the night for Keenholz overall. He's got 25 through the air and 11 on the ground. Governors strike again, 34-27. This is a big PAT now for Pierre, as it could cut it to a 6-point deficit rather than 7. And already we've got a flag that is thrown wide. Brandon Valley. Too many people on the field. That's probably not the case. It's thrown by the far side linesman. It is on the Lynx. Well, half the distance, the Governors will essentially just move closer. It'll be about a 19-yard chip shot here for Andrew Campia. As he'll go for one. Kick is up. Brandon Valley coming with the heat, but Campia kicks it through, and this one is a good one. Lincoln Keenholz apparently took a hit as the holder there on special teams. Governors on a 14-6 advantage so far in the third quarter. They get 7 here, and it's 34-28. 2:42 left, third quarter. Back for the Governor kick in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90
Governors, again, now scoring on 4 straight possessions. This one goes 6 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the third quarter clock. Lincoln Keenholz doing, again, a lot with the feet, but also through the air as he hooks up with Jet Zabel from 4 yards out. Andrew Campia's PAT, he's 4 for 4, makes it 34-28, and the Governors, who trailed 21-0 and 28-7, back within 6 now as they continue in chip-away mode. Welcome back to Brandon. 2:42 to go, third quarter. Keenholz will kick. He wants to pooch this one. Brandon Valley kind of vacated back out on the far side. They'll fall on it at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
And the Lynx essentially get that touchback that Keenholz has given them a few times already tonight anyway.
Covering on the play, number 83.
Pierre saw an opening on the far side of the Brandon Valley special teams formation. In fact, they'll give him the 21 here, and we'll get going again. Governor defense needs a big stop here if they want to turn the tide in this game. Lucas Slack and company have scored on 5 straight offensive possessions. Keeps it himself here, and he will bowl over a Governor defender who is also being blocked. I think that was Trey Lewis getting the brunt of that one, but Slack with a good gain across the 25, spotted to the 26, a pickup of 5 on first down.
Gain of 5 yards on that carry, second down.
Second down and 5 to go. Brandon Valley looking for their 4th straight win after 2 losses. And a banged-up crew losing to O'Gorman and Harrisburg early on. Slack will give to Delvon Spears-Whitty as the Governors key in on him, and they'll push him back from the middle of the line of scrimmage.
On to carry number 21.
A bunch of guys all in there, and Emmett Anderson getting away.
My number 51, Anderson.
And guess who? It's Gavin Stotts, the last one off the pile, if I'm not mistaken. Gavin playing a big game tonight. Short gain here for Spears-Whitty. Give him a yard to the 27-yard line. Another third down and negotiable for Brandon Valley, but for the Governors, an opportunity to get a big spot, especially if they can take over the field position game. Slack will throw. 3rd and 3. Going to go long with it, and he's got his man out there. Langrock with a step on Jaden Weeby, caught into Governor territory. Dylan Langrock is worth your admission price if you're a Brandon Valley Lynx fan. Down to the Governor 36-yard line. At first I thought that pass might be overthrown. 3rd and 3, and they decide to go long. They felt they had it, and they make good on the promise to the Governor 36-yard line. Quick math here, 23 and 14. That's 37 yards through the air. That's 2 37-yarders in a row from Slack to Langrock. 1st and 10 into Governor territory. Spears-Whitty up the gut. Nowhere to go. Back inside the 35. Well, that might be all he'll get. A yard here. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Ball on the far hash mark with the Lynx moving from right to left. Time for one more play here in a fairly quickly moving third quarter. The Governors are in a 14-6 scoring advantage since halftime. They trailed 28-14 at the break. They've scored 2 touchdowns to Brandon Valley's 1. Brandon Valley missed a PAT as well. Right now 34-28 Lynx. Slack might not have gotten the playoff here. Back judge calls a delay of game. With 1 second left. Thought there was about a 5-second difference between the game clock and the play clock, so that would make sense that a delay of game comes into play here, and they'll reset the game clock to 3 seconds left in the third quarter. So again, one more play coming for Brandon Valley, and what'll be 2nd and 14. Big plays, a part of the offense for the Lynx, obviously also for the Governors. 2 wide left side, 1 to the short far side. Slack will fake the handoff, and they'll throw the screen. Underneath here, near side, and this play will come to an end inside the 35-yard line at about the 33. Looking to see who the receiver is. I think that's a tight end, Micah Nelson. And that is how our third quarter will come to an end. It'll be 3rd and about 8 for Brandon Valley when we come back in 30 seconds for quarter number 4. They'll have it at the 34-yard line. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard at the end of
and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Fall is going to be here next week, and it's time to start preparing. Make sure all your vehicles are ready to go, especially if you happen to be traveling. This week at Grosenberg Implement, get 8% off all booster cables. Make sure you have a pair for your tractor, truck, car, and John Deere Gator, just in case you need it. See their parts professionals this week at Grosenberg Implement and save 8% on all booster cables. Grosenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and
American Bank and Trust, Comtech and Floss Dentistry in Pierre, also Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, First Dakota National Bank, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Capital City Campus, Midco, Maher Law Office, and Delta Dental offices in Pierre. Your Pierre Sports Marketing Partners. Good one going here, but the Governors need a defensive stop. It's 3rd and 8, Brandon Valley at the Pierre 34-yard line as we welcome you back. Moving left to right for the black-on-black Brandon Valley Lynx. It's a slant through the hands of Devion Bonwell-Whitty. Trey Lewis in coverage. Bonwell-Whitty had a first down, but he was looking at the goal line when that ball goes through his hands, and that is a big miss here for Brandon Valley. Trying to do some quick math passing-wise. I've got Lucas Slack throwing for 302 yards. The Lynx on 4th and 8 are going to go for it. From the 34, one play into the second half. This will be the second. This is the biggest play of this game right now for the Pierre Governor defense. Slack back to throw. Looking right. Here come the Governors. Slack forced out of the pocket. Rolling near side. Unloads, and this one will be short. And the pass incomplete. Brandon Valley fans want a pass interference. I don't think they're going to get it. Deegan Huska in coverage downfield, and as Slack was flushed out of the pocket, he could not get enough on that pass. The Lynx will turn it over on downs. There's the stop the Governors needed on defense. Their offense has been in a pretty good rhythm the last 4 possessions. They're 4 for 4 in those 4 possessions now. They've got to come out and make it shine. They'll take over on their own 34-yard line. That time the defense bends but doesn't break. Keenholz will start in an empty backfield. 3 receivers left to the near side from the far hash mark as we head right to left. Back, tuck, run, far side. He'll lower the shoulder, brace for contact. A good gain out to the 40-yard line here, about 6 for Keenholz, as he is met by a converging defender out there on the Governor's side. Keenholz for 6. So far, I've got Lincoln at 193 yards passing. We mentioned that With 3:63 to go coming into the night, he would be 170 yards short of the all-time state passing record. Looking for more here, and a wide-open Jet Zabel at the 40-yard line. Stays on his feet to the 30, spins at the 25 to the 20, steps out of bounds there, though. Otherwise, he could have been down inside the 15. How difficult is it to bring Jet Zabel down? Soft hands to haul him in. He's got it spotted all the way to the Brandon Valley 22-yard line. Pierre in business on a 38-yard hookup. Well, that'll cut into what's left in the all-time passing mark for Lincoln Keenholz here. We'll update that a little bit later. The Governors on a 1st and 10. Keenholz will continue straight up ahead. Looking for an opening. Not much there as Brandon Valley clogs the holes, but Lincoln still follows the offensive line inside the 20 to about the 19. I believe this will be about a gain of 3.
Gain of 3 yards on that play.
15th carry for Link
Second down
tonight. 2nd and 7. Mosier's in the backfield behind Keenholz now. He's been pretty quiet so far. Keenholz will find Kaiser near side. Spins back at the 15-yard line. A little hook pattern, good for positive yardage, but short of a first down. This is only a 4-yard gain for Cade Kaiser, his 2nd catch of the night. And the Governors will have it 3rd and a couple. Big crowd here tonight. Brandon Valley fans want their defense to stiffen now, and the Governors have brought obviously a big contingency. Across the way, 3rd and 3. Keenholz diving ahead to the 10-yard line. Move him.
Keenholz on the carry.
First down, perhaps goal to go coming up. And somebody was taking a while in a Pierre uniform to get up. That's Christian Bush. He's up now. Brandon Valley with their outstanding defensive end, Nate Vandenberg. He's the last one to pick himself up off the pile, and he's hanging his right arm as he'll come off. Probably got a little bit of a stinger there. 5 yards for Keenholz to the 10, and it's 1st and goal for the Governors, who still trail 34-28. They trailed twice by 21 points in this game. 10-12 to go, 4th quarter. Keenholz surveying. He'll shout out some extra signals here to his 3 receivers right. Merkwan, the only one to the left, near side. He wants Merkwan. Timing pattern. That's Zabel instead. Touchdown, Governors! And this ball game is tied. Little up for Zabel, little out to the flag. To the pylon, Jet Zabel catches this one in stride. 10-yard score. And the Governors are a PAT away from erasing a 21-point deficit completely and taking their first lead in this game. 34-34. Obviously a lot of time still to go with 9:50 left in the 4th quarter. Andrew Campio will come on to kick. Jason Mashayshak, the long snapper. Lincoln Keenholz holds a line drive kick, but it's good. And the Governors lead the Brandon Valley Lynx 35-34. We will take a 30-second break. Pierre kicks, trying to keep that momentum on the defensive side. When we come back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
This is for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitts Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
35-34. And the Governors have their first lead of the game after falling behind 21-0 back in the first quarter. It was 28-7 halfway through the second quarter. Keenholz's kick taken at the 10-yard line by Delvon Spears-Whitty. And a return up across the 25, close to the 30, and Brandon Valley will have decent field position as they try to counter. The Governors have a 3-1 touchdown advantage now here in the second half. They will start at their own 29. Brandon Valley has certainly had quick strike ability so far, a handful of times in this game. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Spears Whitty's in the backfield as Slack takes the shotgun snap, spins out and misfires with his intended receiver, tight end Micah Nelson. That one thrown behind Nelson. Langrock was in the area too, but that pass clearly intended for Nelson. Incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10, and now Slack has misfired on his last 3 attempts. 12 out of 17 and 302 yards unofficially, though. It's been a pretty good game for the senior Lucas Slack. Brandon Valley with plenty of time, but I would think that the offense has to know that they really need points on this possession. Fake the option pitch. Slack keeps it himself. Joshua Rydberg will grab him and bring him down up at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of only a yard. Good play for Josh. Actually, he doesn't even make it to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10. No gain here for Slack. Rydberg, one of those peer wrestlers, I'm sure, who wants to win this battle against the Brandon Valley wrestlers like Lucas Slack. Slack in the gun, 3rd and 10. Spears Whitty in the backfield with him. Low snap, got to go to Langrock, but he can't haul it in. Slack had to hurry it. He felt the pressure simply because of a low snap that he had to take off of his shoe tops. Slant to Langrock is incomplete. And the Lynx will have to punt and try to trust their defense to hold the Governor offense again, which actually has not happened in the last 5 possessions for the Governors. A 3 and out for the first time for Brandon Valley since their opening possession of this game. Slack is the punter. Kicked one off the side of his foot in the first quarter. This time much better effort. A wobbler though. Jaden Weeby will let it bounce, and Brandon Valley gets a healthy roll all the way down to the Pierre 18-yard line. Unofficially 53 yards on that punt. That's better than the 17 yards he got on his first one. That'll help the average for Lucas Slack. So the Governors will take over at their own 18-yard line. They lead by 1, 35-34. Governor football brought to you on River 92.7 in part by your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors, who include Capital City Motors, Avera Orthopedics, Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door, and our good friends and partners with Live Ticket doing our live video streaming at drgnews.com. To the air goes Keenholz. First down play. It's Jack Merkwan. He'll have a first down pickup up across the 30-yard line, taken down by Drake Jellema at the 33. 15 for starters for Keenholz on his 25th pass attempt of the night. Merkwan with his 8th catch. Jet Zabel has 7 and 3 touchdowns. First and 10 here for Pierre to the ground, and Brock Mosier, second carry of the game. The first time he fumbled, this time he covers it up, and he's got a positive gain across the 35 to the 37, pick up 4. Keeping the defense honest with a run play here. Of course, the Governors will want to continue to throw, or if they're going to run, probably expect Keenholz to do a lot of the galloping. 2nd down and 6. Down to the 8-minute mark of quarter number 4. Back to Mosier it comes. He'll go straight up, and the dive to the 40-yard line.
Mosier on the carry.
2 trailing defenders, including Vandenberg.
Up a 3rd down and 3.
40-yard line here. Gain of 3 for Mosier. 3rd and 3 for the Governors, and Brandon Valley just jumped. Right side defensive end.
Finley flagging the play.
Number 31, Caden Dowd on that clap by Lincoln Keenholz. Apparently will draw the Lynx off sides, and this will be a 5-yard helper for the Governors. Penalty number 8 for Brandon Valley, but first down, Pierre. Move it up to the 45.
45-yard line.
7:32 to go, 35-34 Governors. Top team in 11 AA against one of the top teams in 11 AAA for a number of years running. Keenholz alone in the backfield on first down now. Over at the middle looking. It's a deep pass, and this one is caught into Brandon Valley territory, and it's Brecken Kruger inside the 35 down to the 31, and Kruger makes a nice receive on this one, 24 yards.
First down, Governors. Ball
Second catch of the night for Brecken. This one a big one, first down gain into the Lynx side of the field. 3 receivers continue right. The ball's in between the hash marks. Bush's snap a little high. Keenholz able to haul it in though. He'll keep it on him on the ground himself inside the 30, maybe a couple of yards to the 29. Right off the bat, that wasn't the prettiest play for the Governors. They'll take whatever they can get out of that one. 2 yards and second down and 8. It's at the 29, 6:35 counting down. The Governors would love to chew as much time on this possession as they possibly can, provided they get into the end zone. But they still have the lead no matter what, 35-34. Watch Merkwan near side. Keenholz goes in that direction, but it's Zabel, the intended receiver. This pass not connecting. It is Jelima once again in coverage. Clock will stop here. Third down and about 8 for the Governors. Lynx fans will come to their feet trying to will their defense to a stop. The Governors have scored on 5 straight offensive possessions and have taken a 35-34 lead. Merkwan will go to the right side in a bunched up formation. Kaiser will be alone to the left. Governors are screaming out signals trying to get set. Keenholz with the snap. It's to Kaiser. Near side, he's got it at the 25 to the 15. Actually inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. In coverage there, 35, Ryland Carroll, who had the interception early on tonight, but a 14-yard connection. Keenholz to Cade Kaiser, who makes the biggest catch of the night on his birthday. 15 yards here. Call it at the 14. Chains are moved. The Governors are in the red zone. Once again, leading 35-34. We are halfway home in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes to play as the clock starts up again. Good route, by the way, Cade Kaiser. Keenholz going to keep it himself. He'll run into a defender, and he's just trying to protect the football right now. Loses the battle with Sam Knowles, a 200-pound junior off the defensive end.
Loss on that play.
And maybe a loss of a yard back to the 15 here. Keenholz' 18th carry of the night, and first time he's been pushed back. He has been sacked 3 times tonight as well. Second down and 11. Pierre will now chew as much time as they can, you would think, in between each and every down. Still leading by 1, 35-34 after trailing twice by 21 points tonight. Keenholz, second and 11, has the snap. He's got to get rid of a rush. He'll throw, and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Pass caught by Cade Kaiser. Good sliding grab. Keenholz with that arm strength. Had 2 defenders, Ryland Carroll, and actually Carroll was the defender, but Nate Vandenberg was again coming at him. There is a flag on the play. And maybe against that Lynx rush. Well, this is an ineligible man downfield for Brandon Valley, one of the offensive linemen. Snuck too far in really short amount of time. Keenholz didn't have a lot of time to throw that football. Ineligible man means an ineligible receiver was 5 yards downfield when the pass was thrown. I always feel like that's something that's really tough to keep track of, a 5-yard penalty. The 5th of the game called against the Governors. The Lynx, of course, will... they declined the penalty. They want it third down, so Cade Kaiser with the completion will stand. They've got it to the 12. Just a 3-yard pickup. See if Brandon Valley's defense continues bringing the heat. 3rd and 8 in the red zone. Ball on the 12-yard line. Clock starts up again. We're at 4:45 and counting. 10 seconds on the play clock. The Governors are not bleeding it out. Keenholz, floater over the middle. Zabel, no! Incomplete, and it is pass interference. Brandon Valley was draping Jet Zabel. Pass interference in the end zone here. Fans aren't going to like it, but that, I thought, was a pretty good call. Zabel was about ready to haul that one in. Looked like he got his left arm taken away from him. And we will catch the confirmation here. Beautiful pass thrown by Lincoln Keenholz on that floater. And again, thankfully, the wind has died down a bit. Brandon Valley with the PI. It'll be half the distance to the goal. It's not a spot foul in high school football like you're used to in the NFL. So half the distance from the 12 will put it at the 6. And 3rd and 8 becomes about 3rd and 2. Still with room for a first down inside the 5-yard line if you're Pierre. So you can keep it on the ground with Keenholz if you so prefer. Just keep continuing that clock running. Actually, with the penalty, it stops at 4:36. 35-34 Governors. Keenholz alone in the backfield is going to keep it. Starts left, cuts back to the right, shakes one tackle, shakes another, turns the corner at the 5, out of bounds, first down, Governors. Lincoln Keenholz and the shiftiness. Boy, he's going to be a good college quarterback for a lot of reasons, and you just saw another one right there. He could have been tackled in the backfield twice. He gets to the 3-yard line on 3rd and 2, first down and goal for the Governors. As the Governors look to add to a 1-point lead, Brandon Valley will not use their timeouts yet. 4:15, we're counting down. Big possession here. Keenholz will send Brock Mosier in motion, left to right, takes the snap. He's going straight up the gut. The Lynx will cover him. No gain here. Might have even lost a yard. Big guys. I think Hudson Parliament on the D-line, who's just a freshman, by the way. How good is that kid going to be? He's making plays on the D-line here tonight. Let's put Keenholz back to the 4 and a loss of a yard here. His 20th carry of the night. I've got him at 189 on the ground. Over 200 through the air. Well over 200. He wants to throw here. There it is, wide open Jack Merkwan. Up and out to the far side pylon at the goal line. 4 yards and a score. The Governors lead by 7. Quick and easy on that one. Merkwan catches his first touchdown pass in a few weeks, which is hard to believe. He could have had an 81-yarder earlier tonight, but that was wiped away by a penalty. No flags on this one. The Governors lead 41-34 with 3:23 to play. And Andrew Campia with a big PAT coming up. Nope, the Governors want to go for 2. I like this call. They will clap for it, and the Lynx will jump again. Can't blame Brandon Valley for being eager. Far side cornerback kind of pointing, it looks like to Jack Merkwan. I don't know if he flinched on that either. But so here's what the Govs are trying to do. They're trying to make this a 2-possession game. They get a little bit of a helper. They'll go half the distance to the goal, and they'll have essentially a yard and a half or a yard and a foot for a 2-point conversion. This would put him up by 9. Keenholz is going to go straight up the gut. He makes himself skinny, falls across, and it's +2. The Governors lead the Lynx by 9. It's now 43-34, 3:23 to play. It's a 2-possession game. We'll take a 30-second timeout and back with the Governor kick. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA. With our new
help on getting Brandon Valley to jump on an encroachment penalty. And right now, a two-possession game. The Governors leading 34 rather. So Brandon Valley going to have to go in hurry-up mode with 3:23 to play. Governors now have scored on 6 straight possessions after they trailed 21-0. It was 28-14 at halftime. Here's Keenholz's kick. He'll kick it low on a line taken by one of the up men at the 15, coming up the near sideline. Protecting the football across the 25 to the 30. Good return, I believe, for 31. Tristan Neuenhaus, 41 instead of 31. Brandon Valley with good field position. Spencer Schonsberg gets his name called on the tackle here. So the Governors, now that they've got a two-possession lead, obviously for the Governor defense, it is up to them to keep that intensity and keep making plays. Lucas Slack in at quarterback. He'll go on the ground. Delvon Spears-Whitty with a big gain straight up the middle of the field, following left guard and left tackle across the 40 to the 45-yard line. I think the Governors will give those types of plays, especially if the clock is going to continue running for much of this drive. Lynx will hurry it up. Spears-Whitty gets the call again. Nowhere to go up the middle. He bounces it out to the right side, but the Governors will follow and drop him for a gain of 0.
No gain on that play.
Gavin Stotts is there. Emmett Anderson makes a big play. 2nd down and 10. Slack again. Another low snap, but he gets this one. He gets it to Davion Bonwell-Whitty. Near side, pass caught. About a gain of 7, maybe 8 into Governor territory. Trey Lewis there in coverage, among others. Keenholz is out there playing some safety as well for Pierre. Brandon Valley into Governor territory. They'll spot it at the 48, and as mentioned, a gain of 7. 3rd catch for Davion Bonwell-Whitty, who had a 53-yard catch and run earlier tonight. This one goes out of bounds, so the clock did stop. 2:47 left to play, 4th quarter. 43-34 Governors now. This is the first game between these two teams in 8 years. Last time Pierre came to Brandon Valley was 2014.
Full start. Offense. Number 21.
False start on Spears-Whitty. That'll mark the Lynx back 5 yards back into their own side of the field to the 47. 2014, the Lynx beat the Governors 48-27. That was the year after Pierre won their first state 11AA championship. Quarterback of that team in 2014, assistant coach Brevin Kaiser. 3rd down and 8 here for Brandon Valley. Slack with some time, starts left, looks back to the right, and he hooks up with Dylan Langrock. Nice receive, pass caught. It'll go out of bounds at the Pierre 41. Spencer Eastland right there to make sure he doesn't go any further.
Brandon Valley, 1st down.
We'll give him 12 on this one. Slack again over 300 yards. Most of that has gone to Dylan Langrock, who has his 12th catch. Now 1st and 10. Slack rolls out of the pocket looking for Langrock near side again, and he's got another grab, and there's Keenholz to push him out at the 31. Pickup of 10 should be another 1st down.
Keenholz on the stop.
So Brandon Valley doing what they need to do in stopping the clock after each play. Unless they'd have to start using their timeouts, and they've only got 2 left to use here in the second half. 2:33 now, 4th quarter. Down by 9 are the Lynx. Out to the far side. This pass is caught. Trey Lewis gets a mitt in there and knocks it out. The Governors have picked it up and sealed the deal. Jaden Wiebe with the pickup. Trey Lewis with the punch out as the pass was caught. I thought it may have been number 11, Michael Alpers. I don't know if he was on the field looking at the far side, and Brandon Valley, well, their come from behind effort will come to an end. It is Alpers, I believe, who had that catch. Trey Lewis came from behind, and he just swatted at the ball and knocks it out. Jaden Wiebe picks it up. The Governors get a bit of a return. And Pierre should be able to run this clock out as Brandon Valley will see their fans head for the exits. Brock Mosier on the carry here, first down. He'll get to the 50-yard line. The play started at the 43 for the Governors. The Governors are going to stay perfect on the season.
9-yard gain on that run, second down and
6-0, barring a catastrophe here. And the Brandon Valley 48 goes Mosier on a good gain, second down and 1. Talk about bend but don't break. The Pierre Governors. We asked the question earlier, have they met their match? I think we can say that they did, but obviously the Governors up to the task, and you don't sleep on it. We found out last season in the final game of the year, you don't sleep on the Pierre Governors in the second half. And that comes to fruition once again here tonight. To the 45 and a first down pickup, Brock Mosier. That'll stop the clock with 1:34 to go. And a gain of 3. Governors can essentially kneel on it, but Brandon Valley is going to take a timeout here. Coca-Cola timeout at that. Let's take a quick 30-second break to help out our sponsors, and we're back to finish this one off. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
The Field application. You can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA. With our new online loan application,
The Field House in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building.
Stanley County and Timberlake in a good one on KGFX. They're going to overtime, tied at 14 apiece. Another inside handoff here to Mosier. He's still driving his legs. And Brandon Valley,
Mosier on the carry.
the big guy on the tackle here. They'll spend their final timeout. One more Coca-Cola break in the action. Let's take one more 30-second break, and we'll finish this one off when we return. The Governors leading by 9 on River 92.7, drgnews.com.
For you to come in and watch the games with us, broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Field House in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing. The Corners, the best.
A mighty fine night on the road. Governors get a victory here against the Lynx on the gridiron. See if the Governor volleyball team can get one in the gym tomorrow, as well as they'll take on the Brandon Valley Lynx at 2 o'clock pregame, 2:30 first serve. River 92.7 tomorrow in our next coverage of Governor Sports. Lincoln Keenol's on his shotgun snap is going to choose some time. He'll kneel on it back at the 50-yard line. Loss of 8 for the Governors. It doesn't really matter.
Ball be spotted at the
Here down 21-0 with 1:06 to go in the first quarter. Down 28-7 at the 3:08 mark of the second quarter. Down 28-14 at the half. They will outscore Brandon Valley. Trying to do math here, it's not a good thing. 29-6 in the second half, and they're going to come away with a 6th straight victory. Keenols with one more snap ought to do it, and he takes it with 1 second left. They reset the play clock to 40 seconds. There's 34 seconds left. The Pierre Governors have come into Brandon and knocked off the Lynx. Reason for celebration as the Pierre Governors prove their worth. An 11 AA team defeating a top team in 11 AAA. The final score on your Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Govs 43, the Lynx 34. Scoreboard from Gales Gas in Pierre. Use them for their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all winter long when the opportunity necessitates with Gales Gas service in Pierre. What a night. We'll talk with Coach Steve Steele in the postgame coming up. Postgame will start in 3 minutes. Our Family Dental postgame with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg begins when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football. Your official voice of the Governors is River 92.7. Live streaming with live ticket at drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota wants your trade. We also want any vehicle that you might be willing to part with. So much so that we'll give you an additional $200 Pure Pride dollars when you trade or when you let us buy your vehicle. Yes, $200 Pure Pride dollars when you trade or when you sell your vehicle to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Hey, DQ fans, we're giving the people what they want. 2 Blizzard Treats of the Month. That's right, September means pumpkin pie, and the brand new Cinnamon Roll Center's Blizzard Treat have arrived. We're so excited, we just couldn't wait to tell you. Pumpkin pie is a fall classic made with real pumpkin pie pieces. And the new Cinnamon Roll Centers is jam-packed with your favorite soft cinnamon roll pieces. Hurry in and taste them for yourself today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Well, the Governors will breathe a sigh of relief coming in here, gritty, gutty. For the first time all season, the starters had to play a full 4 quarters, especially on that defensive side. Defense was kept on the field an awful lot in that first half of play and even into the early portions of the second half. But once the defense got a big stop in that early fourth quarter, I believe it was, the defense never gave up anything after that. In fact, they get a final takeaway to seal the deal and a fumble as the Governors, who turned the ball over on their first 2 possessions of the night, seeing Brandon Valley turn that into 14 points. And, of course, the Lynx come up with a 21-0 lead, and the Governors had to chip it away all along. I think this is a perfect game to find out for Governor fans, for Governor players, for really all of South Dakota to find out just what the Pierre Governors are made of as they come from 21 points down twice. 28-7 down. They win this one 43-34 in the first half after a Lincoln Keenholz interception, throwing against the grain and against the wind. Rylan Carroll with a nice pickoff that led to a Lucas Slack to Dylan Langrock, 84-yard touchdown pass, and the Lynx struck first. They scored, made it 7-0 with 6:23 to go. The Governors fumble the ball on their next offensive possession. The Lynx take over, and Delvon Spears-Whitty runs one in from 6 yards out to make it 14-0. And then after the Governors had to punt, after an 81-yard touchdown pass was nullified because of a formation penalty, the Governors didn't get anything on their third possession either, and Brandon Valley came back and got a 53-yard touchdown pass from Lucas Slack to Davion Bonwell-Whitty, and that made it 21-0 still in the first quarter. But then the Governors settle down. They get an 80-yard scoring drive in 9 plays. Keenholz finished it off with a 1-yard run. 21-7 the score. Brandon Valley countered. They go 12 plays and 80 yards in 7 minutes in that second quarter. And Lucas Slack with a 4-yard touchdown run. 28-7 the score with 3 minutes and change left. But the Governors do what they probably do best, and that is putting it in 2-minute mode, or as we called it at the time, 3-minute mode, since there was 3 minutes left. 80 yards, 11 plays, 255. Perfectly executed. Keenholz to Zabel from 3 yards out. And the Governors went into the halftime break trailing 28-14. They finish with a touchdown at the end of the first half. They start with a touchdown to begin the second half. 3 plays, 62 yards. Lincoln Keenholz on the ground from 54 yards out to make it 28-21 with just a minute gone by in that third quarter. Brandon Valley's offense kept coming, though. 10 plays, 80 yards in 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Lucas Slack with a 1-yard sneak set up by a 37-yard screen pass to Dylan Langrock. Kick failed this time, though, as Ryder Haas missed one off the left upright. Brandon Valley settled for 6, and that made it 34-21, coming at 4:51 left in the third quarter. Governor offense stays in rhythm, though. They come back, go 6 plays, 75 yards, and 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Keenholz for the second time tonight hooking up with Jet Zabel from short range, 4 yards out. Andrew Campia's PAT makes it 34-28, a 6-point game with 2:42 left. And then the Governor defense, after seeing Brandon Valley essentially score on 5 possessions in a row, finally gets a stop. And Brandon Valley maybe pressing a little bit in the receiving core. They had a couple of passes go through their hands, and Governor defenders breathing down. And Dylan Langrock, who caught 10 passes in this game, did have one go through his hands. That was a big play early in the fourth quarter. Governors take over on downs at their own 34 and 6 plays and 66 yards later. 153 later, it's Keenholz to Jet Zabel for the third time tonight. This one a beautiful route by Jet, up and out to the corner. A 10-yard throw from Keenholz, and Andrew Campia makes it a Governor lead at 35-34 with 9:50 to play. Now Brandon Valley is in come from behind mode, even though down by 1 and a lot of time at 9:44. But they go 3 and out and had to punt from their own 29-yard line. The Governors get one more score from there. And after a 53-yard punt from Lucas Slack with a big roll, the Governors were put back into their own red zone. No matter. 12 plays, 82 yards, 5 minutes and 24 seconds of the fourth quarter ticked away. Keenholz's 4th touchdown pass of the night, hitting Jack Merkwant from 4 yards out in the far side corner. Lincoln Keenholz then runs it in for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. And all along, you kind of thought Steve Steele was going to make that decision to extend a 7-point lead to 9. And boy, it paid off. The Governors led by 9, 2 possessions. That's the most important thing with only 3:23 left. Brandon Valley picked up a few first downs along the way, and they were playing the hurry-up mode and not using their timeouts. They were doing pretty good, but a pretty good job, we should say. But Trey Lewis, on a completed pass to Michael Alpers, comes from behind and punches out the football. Jaden Wiebe picks it up, returned it to the 43-yard line, and that was all she wrote. A couple of timeouts from Brandon Valley later, a first down pickup from Brock Mosier as well, and the Governors run out the clock, and they seal the deal on a 43-34 victory. Signature game? Well, maybe. We'll find out, I think, but definitely a game where, like we said earlier, Governor players and fans and coaches and all of South Dakota finds out what the Governors are made of in this one. 43-34, Pierre improves to 6-0 on the season. Brandon Valley, with the loss, breaks a 3-game winning streak, and they fall to 3-3. But obviously, an 11 AAA, still a very, very good team, and somebody that the teams like O'Gorman and They'll get Sioux Falls Jefferson in a couple of weeks. Harrisburg also has beaten them so far this year, but Brandon Valley's a different team than they were in the first couple of weeks of the season, and it'll be interesting to see just what kind of damage they can do, even though they'll probably have to be on the road in the postseason when that comes around. There's still 3 games left. Coach Steve Steele is making his way up here. We'll get a chat with him, and we'll get you more stats coming up. Why don't we take a 3-minute timeout? Our Family Dental postgame will continue. A Governor win on the road in Brandon. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Happy fall from your Chevy team dealer, Beck Motor Company in Pierre. October in central South Dakota means, yep, you got it, hunting season. We have a great selection of pre-owned trucks and SUVs to get you out into the field. And for October only, take home a $50 Runnings gift card to help you out with your hunting supplies. See all our inventory at beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial Member through Investment Advisory Services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. Registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE extension 2. That's 833-605-5483 extension 2 and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Back in Brandon, back with more of our Family Dental post game, and boy, head coach Steve Steele up here to talk about this one. And I guess we'll use the cliche: you had them right where you wanted them the whole way, didn't you, Coach? Down 21-0, 28-7. What I've been saying here is that players, coaches, fans, and the whole state of South Dakota finds out who the Pierre Governors are tonight.
Yeah, this was definitely a game. You learn a lot about your team. Just in the resiliency. We have not been pushed to that extent at all. We were pushed by Yankton there in the first half. We pushed Watertown there in the first quarter, but that was a true four-quarter full game that we had to play here, and the guys did amazing. They did a great job sticking with it, adjusting on the fly, and finding a way to come out victorious.
We learned last year a couple of times, including in a huge environment of the Dakota Dome, you don't sleep on the Pierre Governors in the second half, and I don't think there was any point in time where me personally, I don't think I was really too concerned. You kind of felt the offense was getting in rhythm after a couple of unfortunate giveaways, but you just kind of knew, and I'm sure you guys had the confidence in yourselves and the coaching staff, but also in the kids on the field that this game was far from over when it was 28-7.
Yeah, the touchdown drive at the end of the first half was huge. That was one that we knew we needed. And it worked out perfect where we scored with basically no time left, just because we knew we got the kick. So that was kind of a 2-for-1 situation. And then we knew from there it was a one-stop game. Defense. We kind of talked amongst the coaches at halftime of just you just be ultra aggressive and go and find a way to steal us a couple possessions. If you get us a couple, we feel good that we're going to be able to continue to put points up, move the ball, and ultimately get that possession back.
It really turned into a great situation when you can get that daily double. The last one of the second half, the first one of the last one of the first half, first one of the second half. But you know what? The impressive thing here is that Brandon Valley also had 2 very long drives, keeping your defense on the field for a long time, and that was kind of the big concern, is whether they would get gassed having to play a full game. But the defense got better as the game went on.
They really did, and that was a hard thing for them to do, just because again it was very methodical. It wasn't chunk play, chunk play, chunk play, chunk play. It was first, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third, fourth, first, second, third. Yeah. And that can be a very frustrating thing for a defense. But they continued to stick with it, and they made them earn everything. And, ultimately, that's a very hard thing to sustain for a full football game, going first, second, third down over and over and over again. And, you saw them at the end of the game, kind of when everyone, we kind of gotten to that wear-down point that they made a couple key drops. Those were their mistakes. They made them in the fourth. We made ours in the first with the interception and the fumble and the penalties. And, ultimately, when the momentum swung our way, we were able to keep it and run it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, defense making big plays. You couldn't stop them for 5 drives, essentially, but then you found your offense as well has the capability to sustain drives. You do it in a little more rhythmic fashion, but when you needed it, you're up 1, you take your time and chew 5 minutes of the fourth quarter off. And I love the call, and I'm sure, you're up 7. You really don't have anything to lose unless you want to challenge them if they score to go for 2 and try to get a win. So why not go for 2? And you get that one, and it's a 2-possession game. I think the game was over there.
Yeah, that was really the key. We made that decision right when they were punting, when we knew we were getting the ball back. We told all the guys before we sent them out, hey, when we go down and score, we're going to go for 2. We're going to put this game away.
When you go and score.
Yeah. And I mean, it was great. We kind of we did our freeze play there in the beginning just to kind of see what we had and see if we could get a free yard. And we kind of had 2 plays called. If they didn't jump, we were going to go to a pass. And because they did jump and it was only a yard, we felt good about being able to muscle in. And, just one of those things where our offense wasn't stopped in the second half. So if the game comes down to a yard, we trusted our offense to go get it.
And the defense didn't quit. I mean, you had a 2-possession game, no relaxation. Trey Lewis with that punch, and you get that fumble recovery to seal the deal, and that's got to be extra satisfying with the cherry on top.
Yeah, it really was. Anytime when you can end the game in victory formation and taking a knee, that's the way that you want to see a football game end as a coach. Because it's not down to the bitter end. It's not to the bitter end, but you can breathe a little bit. So, the offense, that was a great job going and getting the ball back from the D there, continuing to make them earn every yard, and then finding a way to get that turnover. And then offense being able to get that first down we needed to run the clock out.
How big is this win? A statement win, if you want to call it that, but it's just, I think in the grand scheme of things, this game is more about what high school sports teaches a person. Win or lose, fans or players or whomever, but I think that's what is so great about this football game here.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many life lessons that come in sports, and I said what this team showed tonight encompasses so much of what we hope these kids get out of playing organized sports and playing football in our program. Just life doesn't always give you what you want. Life doesn't always, make it easy on you, and you can't quit. You can't get down on yourself. And the kids had every opportunity in the first and second quarter to do both of those things, and they didn't. They just trusted the game plan, trusted themselves, believed in themselves and each other, and fought all the way back.
Lincoln Keenholz is now about, 70, 75 yards away from an all-time state passing record. Should get that next week in Huron. He had a huge game against the Tigers, who I thought covered you pretty well at homecoming night last week. What do we know about Huron, your next opponent next week? And you got T area, so you don't want to look ahead to that one in the week after, obviously.
Yeah, and this is one where we have not really looked ahead. I usually by the time you get to Friday, you can kind of peek a little bit at the next week just because you're pretty much entirely done with the game plan for this week. But just not knowing literally anything, when you're trying to encompass everything into a week of a team that you haven't played ever, we just didn't really get any chance to peek or take a look at anything. So we'll have to check them out tomorrow and see what they got.
All right, Coach, what a ball game. Congratulations on the win, 43-34, and we'll see you next week. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Steve Steele, the Governor head coach, 43-34, as mentioned, is the final as Pierre comes from 21 down, 28-7 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and they win this one. Outscoring Brandon Valley, like we said, 29-6 in that second half. Got stats to pass along to you, and really total yardage-wise, pretty even. 483, 447, the advantage to the Governors. We'll start on that side as on the ground here with unofficially 199 total yards. Lincoln Keenholz rushes 22 times for 176 yards. Couple of shotgun kneel downs actually lost him 13 yards down the stretch. Brock Mosier gets some hard yards when he needed to, picking it back up after fumbling on his first carry of the game. Ends up with 23 yards on 6 carries, but 5 of those carries were after the Governors, as the Governors were trying to seal the deal. Meanwhile, Keenholz through the air goes 21 out of 30 after a slow start. He had a pickoff, but he goes for 4 scores as well. 21 of 30, 306 yards. Did have that one interception, was sacked 3 times for losses of 22 yards. So net yardage, 284 in pass, 199 on the ground for the Governors, 483 through the air. And look at it this way, 306 for Lincoln Keenholz through the air. 1 pass that went for 81 yards and a Jack Merkwan would-be touchdown was nullified because of a penalty. You could have had about 387 on the night for Lincoln Keenholz when he only needed 363 to become the all-time leading passer in South Dakota state high school football history. So I guess he'll have to wait, even though ironically the man he's waiting to pass is Austin Sumner, who played his high school football right here on this very field at Brandon. So again, 483 total yardage for the Governors. Through the air, Jet Zabel with 7 catches, 115 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jack Merkwan catches a touchdown from 4 yards out, in among 9 catches for 113. Brecken Kruger, 2 big catches for 42 yards. Birthday boy Kate Kaiser, 4 catches and 36 yards. The Governors penalized 6 times for losses of 49 yards. 2 turnovers, both turned into Brandon Valley touchdowns in the first half, but 21 first downs picked up along the way. For the Lynx, who rushed for 116 on the ground, they get 58 each from Delvon Spears-Whitty on 13 carries. Lucas Slack, 16 carries for 58 yards. You're 116 on the ground. Lucas Slack through the air, really, really good as he will complete. Well, attempt 21 passes, 10 completed to Dylan Langrock, 3 to Davion Bonwell-Whitty, a couple to Delvon Spears-Whitty and Micah Nelson with 1. So what is that, 13, 14, 16 out of 21 for 331 yards. He has 2 long touchdowns to Dylan Langrock and Davion Bonwell-Whitty in this one. And no sacks either, 331 in passing, 116 on the ground, 447 total for Brandon Valley. But they were penalized 10 times for marks against them of 49 yards. They pick up 13 first downs. They did lose the 1 fumble for the icing on the cake, but again, they were down by 2 possessions, and the Governors took over with 2:22 to go. So essentially that last fumble did thwart their come-from-behind efforts once and for all. Governors with a thrilling come-from-behind victory, 43-34. Got big plays in this game to talk about. We're going to need some time to think about it. Why don't we take a 2-minute break, and we'll finish it with by hearing from Hermanson Endodontics, who sponsors our big plays of the game. That is next. This is the Pierre Governor Postgame.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota wants your trade. We also want any vehicle that you might be willing to part with. So much so that we'll give you an additional $200 Pure Pride dollars when you trade or when you let us buy your vehicle. Yes, $200 Pure Pride dollars when you trade or when you sell your vehicle to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
At Avera Health Plans, we know your ag business is vital to South Dakota, and affordable health insurance is essential to running that business. As your health insurance partner, we'll help to lighten the load of managing these expenses in an uncertain market. We're dedicated to rural health care with extensive preventative care services that are good for communities. We'll work with you to create a plan that's both affordable and effective, so your employees have the coverage they need when they need it. You don't have to wait. Call your agent or get a quote at averahealthplans.com/save.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Back in our Family Dental postgame, Hermanson Endodontics with big plays of the game. And boy, we had a bunch of big plays in this game, starting with an 84-yard touchdown pass following a Ryland Carroll interception. Lincoln Keenholz picked off at the Brandon Valley 5-yard line on the first possession of the game. They turned that into points with an 84-yard touchdown over the middle to Dylan Langrock, who showed the speed to outrun the entire Governor secondary. That put Brandon Valley on top 7-0. 2 possessions, actually the next possession, Brandon Valley turns over the Governors on a takeaway fumble, and then another possession after that, after Brandon Valley led 14-0, they get a Lucas Slack to Davion Bonwell-Whitty touchdown pass of 53 yards, and the Lynx were screaming out to a 21-0 lead. The Governors, of course, didn't panic. They get their first touchdown, only to let Brandon Valley get another one on a long sustained drive. But the big plays of the game, to me, is what I've just been calling the daily double. I know it's a Jeopardy term. Maybe they've got it trademarked, but it's fun if you're an offensive football team to score on the last possession of the first half and then to do it again on the first possession of the second half. When you get that second half kick, Brandon Valley had a kneel down play in between, so they didn't really try to do much. Keenholz closes out the first half with a 3-yard touchdown to Jet Zabel, capping an 11-play, 80-yard drive. And then Lincoln with a big play of his own, 54 yards on a scoring gallop to cap a 3-play, 62-yard drive, and just a 51-second drive to start the second half. That put the Governors back within one possession at 28-21, 14 unanswered points. Brandon Valley did score again on a sustained drive. They went up 34-21. Governors come back with sustained drives of their own. Their last 3 scoring drives, by the way, went 6 plays, and then the last one 12 plays and 82 yards, 5 minutes plus. The Governors played almost a perfect second half in this one, but the 2 touchdowns surrounding and sandwiching halftime are big plays of the game. Keenholz especially from 54 yards out on the ground, the biggest play of the game offensively, especially for the Governors, as that big play of the game brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We've got a player of the game to announce as well, and we'll do that. It's brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre and other cities in South Dakota. We'll hear from them after this 1-minute timeout, and your player of the game coming up. Still give you scores and a look at upcoming action as well when we return with more Pierre Governor football.
Hey, DQ fans, we're giving the people what they want. 2 Blizzard Treats of the Month. That's right. September means pumpkin pie, and the brand new Cinnamon Roll Center's Blizzard Treat have arrived. We're so excited we just couldn't wait to tell you. Pumpkin pie is a fall classic made with real pumpkin pie pieces. And the new Cinnamon Roll Centers is jam-packed with your favorite soft cinnamon roll pieces. Hurry in and taste them for yourself today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Cowboy Country Stores and Sinclair are fueling the Folds of Honor program at all their locations. Now through October 16th, 1 cent of every gallon sold will be donated to the Folds of Honor program. This provides educational scholarships to children and spouses of our fallen or disabled veterans. Together, we can help fill up the lives of the families that have sacrificed so much to protect our freedom. Fuel up today at Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre, Fort Pierre, Miller, DeSmet, Clear Lake, and Watertown.
That is Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre sponsoring big plays, or players of the game, we should say. And let's go both sides on this one. Very, very impressive for Brandon Valley. Dylan Langrock, 10 catches. I don't even know if I gave the receiving stats for Brandon Valley, but Dylan Langrock with 10 catches and 234 yards of offense through the air for the Brandon Valley Lynx, along with Lucas Slack with 331 in the air. He actually, stat-wise, out through Lincoln Keenholz in this one, 331 to 306. And Lucas Slack played an outstanding game, 2 touchdown passes and 2 touchdown runs for Lucas Slack. Dylan Langrock with a touchdown reception. Davion Bonwell-Whitty, 53 yards on a touchdown. Delvon Spears-Whitty had a touchdown as well for the Lynx, and a real nice pat on the back for Nate Vandenberg, who led that defensive charge. Matt Christensen talked about him in our pregame conversation, and he certainly was every bit as good as advertised. He came off with an arm injury of some kind in that second half. Didn't really see whether he got back out there, but certainly hope for Brandon Valley that they get their stud defensive end back and full strength for the rest of this season. There were a lot of good plays being made by a lot of fine players for Brandon Valley in this one tonight. Same goes for the Governors, and on the defensive side, some guys who already have Player of the Game awards coming up big in this one. Real proud of the effort, especially in the first half, from Gavin Stotts, who seemed to be stuffing a lot of runs. Granted, the Governors had some trouble tackling on some long plays, but the run really wasn't going anywhere, as Gavin Stotts seemed to be all over the place on defense tonight. Trey Lewis played another great game, had that punch out of the fumble that sealed the deal for the Govs. Jaden Wiebe doing his thing, even though he's pretty good in that cornerback position. Dylan Langrock did have the stats tonight, but Wiebe, I think, in most cases, we can say bent but didn't break. And then you've got guys like Emmett Anderson, who is stuffing the run. Jason Mishashok doing what he does as well. And again, saw in that second half of the Governor defense, they yielded that 1 touchdown in the third quarter, but nothing in the fourth quarter. It's Emmett Anderson, it's Josh Rydberg, it's Jason Mishashok. It's a whole defensive downline front that played a great second half here tonight. But we've got to go to the offense, and of course, where Jet Zabel had another 3-touchdown night. He's got a Player of the Game t-shirt. Jack Merkwan, 9 catches, 100-plus yards, and a touchdown. But you know what? Lincoln Keenholz tonight, we kind of wait for a special moment to give this kid a Player of the Game t-shirt. And he's got 6 more touchdowns tonight, 27 through the air and 11 on the ground. He's up to 38 through 6 games on the season all told. And again, if it wasn't for an 81-yard touchdown that was called back on kind of a phantom formation penalty called against the Governors, Lincoln Keenholz could have had about 387 yards tonight. He came in needing 363 to become the all-time leading passer in South Dakota quarterbacking history, and the man he would have passed played right here at Brandon Valley. Austin Sumner, a great South Dakota State quarterback in his time post high school as well. Keenholz, though, goes for 306 through the air and 4 scores. He runs for 176 on the ground and 2 scores. How about 482 yards from Lincoln Keenholz? And that's good enough for me. He is our Player of the Game. We get him a t-shirt noting his accomplishments. And again, we'll put him about unofficially 70 yards or so shy. No, not even that. Let's call it 55 to 60 yards short of becoming the all-time leading passer, and he'll probably overtake that early next week when the Governors go to Huron. Maybe the greatest passer in South Dakota football history is our Player of the Game tonight, Lincoln Keenholz, and the Governors come from behind. They defeat Brandon Valley 43 24. Remaining schedule for the Lynx this season has them at Sioux Falls Lincoln in a 5 o'clock game at Howard Wood Field next weekend. They host Sioux Falls Jefferson, the top-ranked team who kind of destroyed O'Gorman tonight. Again, a matchup of number 1 versus number 2 in 11 AAA. Then the Lynx are at Sioux Falls, Washington, the final game of the season. Governors go to Huron to battle the Tigers. Our next broadcast for football is next Friday night, 6:25 pregame. 7 o'clock kickoff at Tiger Stadium, and then the Governors get that T-area matchup 2 weeks from tonight. T-area probably still will be unbeaten. The Governors will probably still be unbeaten. The rematch of the state championship from a year ago is 2 weeks from tonight. Governors close at Douglas as well. And we've got volleyball coming up tomorrow. Football tonight at Brandon Valley. Volleyball tomorrow in the gym at Brandon Valley. 2:30 first serve. We're on the air at 2 o'clock for that one. Hope you can join us. And then the Governors host Huron on Tuesday night. So we'll see Huron volleyball and football next week as well. Quick run through other Governor sports. Cross country runs at ESD at Brookings a week from tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Soccer teams are done with their regular season. They await first round pairings with some games still to be played tomorrow. First round will be on Tuesday. I think the girls were about a 7 seed, the boys maybe the 11, or vice versa, something like that. Tennis finished third in the ESD this week. They go to state tournament in Rapid City on Monday and Tuesday. The golf team will play their state tournament as well after finishing third by only 2 strokes at Hillsview this past week. State tournament at Lakeview in Mitchell also on Monday and Tuesday. Competitive cheer and dance is at Brandon Valley on Tuesday night. Tuesday night, and then they go to Mitchell next Saturday. And we've got Vikings football as they host the New Orleans Saints. Not host, but they go to England. They'll play in London in a 7:30 pregame on KPLO and KMLO. 8:30 kickoff from London town. Vikings Saints on our country sister stations of DRG Media Group. Quick run through the scores. Breaking their little 2-game skid, 38-27. Brookings' second loss of the season. Spearfish beating Mitchell tonight, 26-21. And Aberdeen pitches a shutout at Watertown, 17-0. In the AAA ranks, it was Jefferson over O'Gorman, number 1 over number 2, 42-17. Roosevelt beating Rapid City Central, 47-18. Harrisburg is leading Sioux Falls, Washington, 20-0. They had just started the 4th quarter, and out in Rapid City, it's Lincoln at halftime leading Rapid City Stevens, 31-10. Closer to home, Stanley County went overtime with Timberlake, but it's the Panthers beating the Buffaloes 22-0 on KGFX. Lyman was a 54-0 winner over Bennett County, also in 9B. And then on KPLO, Chamberlain gets a homecoming win over the Vermilion Tanagers, 25-14. In Chamberlain. Looking at that 11B rank, Mobridge Pollock loses at Wessington Springs tonight, 42-24. Winner shuts out Bridgewater Emory Ethan, 36-0. Caleb Brozick loves that result, and so do a lot of us in Central South Dakota. Our big thanks to Caleb for running video and live ticket. This will be a fun one to replay. You can do that at your leisure. drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page with live tickets. Also sponsoring Governor Sports, and Heather Williams always doing a great job back in studio. This definitely has been a fun event in high school sports. Hope you enjoyed it. Congrats to the Governors. 43-34, the final score on your Gales Gas Service scoreboard. One quick reminder on your way home from the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota. They celebrate being a part of a team, so keep your eyes on the road, not on your phone. Govs win tonight, your official home of the Governors. River 92.7. 43-34. They beat the Lynx. Join us tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Brandon Valley, Pierre High School Volleyball here on River 92.7. Good Friday evening, everybody.